and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6 and a go. Hello, YouTubes. What's going on? Midnight Range TM. This is the closer. And I got a monkey and I got a cow. And then me. A pancake, a monkey, and a cow walk into a bar.
And one of them ducks. Which one?
No, nobody was a duck. It was a pancake, a monkey, and a cow. No ducks. Nobody was a duck.
Yeah, but they all are walking into a bar, so which one ducks to avoid the bar?
Oh.
I'm going to say the pancake.
Probably you, because you gotta duck your head to get through the door, don't you?
Oh, my God. I slammed my head at work today. We were down in the basement talking about stuff, and I turned around and smashed my head into like a 6-inch PVC pipe twice.
You didn't learn the first time?
No, I turned around and like whacked it, and then was like, oh man, I ducked down, and when I came back up, I had to walk far enough, and I stood up into it too. I was like, son of a bitch, man. Yeah, the pipe's only sitting about 5.5 foot off the ground. I'm 6'2", so I had a pretty good whack into it.
Damn.
They're like, Jesus, how many times are you gonna hit that? I was like, oh, fucking 2, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe
no,
3.
one of us breaks.
Yeah.
I see, Moo. There's an advantage to opening up your own business. You can whack your 6-inch pipe at work, and no one can tell you to stop it.
6-inch pipe. Boy, I wish.
You measure from the bottom?
from your heel. Yeah.
The root.
Jumpy said he had some
fire.
Jumpy said he had some sous vide chicken legs. That's cool. That's a good idea. I like to braise chicken. Braised chicken's really good too. That would be really awesome if you did. There's a good one for you, Moo. Here's a perfect thing for you to sous vide. Sous vide some chicken wings, and then quick fry them. It would be awesome that way.
Check this out.
Uh-oh. Sous vide gun? And what is that?
It's a freaking flamethrower.
Ah. Okay.
Well,
it's for searing your meat.
So when you're doing the reverse sear or whatever?
Yep.
Make sure it doesn't happen.
Ooh.
Boom.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, don't do that. We don't want to.
Well.
Jesus.
Ready? It's really, M. Gabriel said, if you've ever punctured a juice can with the heel of your knife, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. I don't know if I saved it or if I just sort of nodded my head and sort of moved on Instagram. There was a picture of the top of an oil can, and a lot of oil in restaurants, like olive oil and stuff, still comes in gallon cans, usually they have a spout on one side, and then you punch a hole, like a breathing hole, so it comes out faster. Opposite that on the top, and there was one can. There were 2 cans side by side. One of them just had one like nice little hole, and the other one had like 20, and it was just like wham, 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 wham. And it said, and the meme was just, well, there's 2 types of people in the world, and there are 2 types of cooks in the world, or something like that. And I was like, yeah, there you go. I don't know. Just I see stuff like that, and it makes me laugh a little bit. I was like, yeah, man, I was always punching 6 or 7 in there when one was plenty.
So I take it we have lost the ability to make the little triangular can openers?
Yeah, but they're just, why fucking have that? It's a unitasker. You know what I mean? All you're doing is punching a hole, and you do it with the bottom of the knife. Punch a hole in there. Hey, John Brown's out there. What's going on? Like I said, M. Gabriel, Jumpy, TPC Truth. How you doing, buddy? I don't know if I've ever seen you here before. What's a happening? Patriot's out there. He says, hey, did you check out Cajun Tactical's crawfish recipe today? No, I did not. I'll have to look them up. I've never watched any of their stuff.
Is it May, the month of May, when the good crawfish come in?
I don't know. I haven't had crawfish in forever. I do like them, but I haven't had them in a long time.
Need a boil, big boil.
I've never done that. I've never had a boil. I've only ever had gotten the meat in, you know what I mean, and used it in some foods. So I've never had that experience.
Ape, you're out there. Moo, you're out there. Keith Gregory, G23. What's going on, everybody? Ape, you got anything going on? Anything new and exciting going on in Monkey Land?
Not really. Folks came for a visit so we could get the house tidied up for having our lovely Easter lunch and then later supper. So, got everything switched around to my tractor so it's ready for the summer and spring. So that's sure to mean that we're going to get a foot of snow tomorrow, even though it's supposed to be 70 and sunny. So, but got to trim a couple pine trees. Almost took one down accidentally on purpose.
Oh, yeah? Oh, that's always fun.
And, just kind of cleaned out between the rows and the grove so I could maybe get a full 100, if not that, a full 75 yards for shooting at my place. So, fun.
Yeah, that's good. Puppy's downstairs. I might have to run her up, but we'll see.
Belly rub.
Yeah. Moo, what's going on?
Not a whole lot. Just coming off a weekend of work, hanging out with you fine gentlemen.
Yeah.
That's a lie, and we know it.
I did do some smoked chicken thighs, barbecue smoked chicken thighs on the charcoal on Saturday.
It's tough to beat. Chicken thighs are awesome, man. We used to do chicken thighs. Actually, I gave you, what did I give you? I gave you that Mongolian glaze, right?
You did. I haven't tried that yet.
Chicken thighs are an amazing place to use them. Use it. I used to take the chicken thighs and just toss it in a little salt and pepper and grill them on the grill, but only to like medium.
Mm-hmm.
And then hit them with a little of that glaze, and then throw them in a really hot oven, like 425, and they really turn out great. It's really, really good. So give that a shot and let me know how you like it.
Yeah, I did them. I bought one of those slow and sears. I don't know if you're familiar with that. Fits inside of a Weber 22-inch kettle grill, and it has a compartment for your water.
Oh, okay.
The other side is for your charcoal. And you light like 5 or 6 briquettes in the one end, and then you fill up the other end, halfway up with charcoal, and it keeps the grill at like 275 for hours. And so I threw in a little pecan, a little apple wood along with it. Did it for 2.5 hours, and threw the doctored up Sweet Baby Ray's Sweet and Spicy on there for the last 45 minutes.
Do you soak your wood chips in anything?
No.
I know. I've done it. I've done some stuff just playing around sometimes where I've soaked it in a little bit of. I've done it with a little. Some people will soak it in just a little bit of water, just real quick, so it doesn't burn too quick. You know what I mean? I did it once with apple juice, and that was pretty neat. It gave it like a really neat flavor. I haven't done a whole lot of smoking though, and that was just a quick thing I did. I didn't have a smoker, so I was just kind of half-assing it, But it was kind of fun.
Jumpy's having some pho.
Yeah, pho can be. I've got a really nice recipe for a broth. A Vietnamese broth that I used to do with that. Pho can be really, really good, or if the broth isn't flavorful enough, it just tastes like wet noodles. It's kind of a bummer. You have to be careful with it. I'm also. It is really fun though with some of the stuff that they top it with. You know what I mean? If you've ever seen how they do it. A lot of places will do it. They'll just do the noodles in the broth and then sort of layer all sorts of stuff on the top that you kind of mix in. I like that. That's so cool. It's so fun. Before I start to go to dig in, what is the noodles and broth made out? Oh, he hasn't even eaten it yet. It's a rice noodle, just like the same kind of noodle that would be in like a pad thai or something like that. But they're usually really, really thin. A lot of times I'll just call them like a rice vermicelli because they look like angel hair pasta. They're really super thin and delicate. And then the broth is just, it depends. I can't really say what's in it. I don't know. I mean, when I did mine, I always did mine as just a vegetable broth because I had this really good vegetable base. And it's weird. I didn't make it from scratch, but it was this roasted vegetable base that I used to get from this company, and it just had really good flavor. It was really, really good. And then I would doctor it up. So I would start with this vegetable base, and then I would add fresh ginger, fresh garlic, chili flakes, hoisin, a little soy, I think I put a little of my, I did it a couple different ways, but that was basically it. It was really simple. And then I really like it with shrimp. Like shrimp pho or shrimp in the broth, like a shrimp flavor, is really, really good. But we used to do it with pork belly on top. I'd do pork, shrimp and pork, or pork and shrimp, or whatever. And so I would do the veggies and all that kind of stuff with baby shrimp in it and the broth. And then I would lay a couple of slices of like glazed, like Mongolian glazed braised pork belly over the top. Man, that was so good. Yeah, super good. I like that though. Before I start, what the hell am I eating here?
Fish head.
Don't worry, you didn't know.
Yeah, yeah. Do I want to know?
Fish heads and pig hoof.
Yeah,
Maybe some
I know.
assholes.
I've been in restaurant mode for like 2 days now straight. Just we had a meeting today. I was there for from 10 till about 4 today, and it was me, the two owners, and his head builder, his project manager, whatever you want to call him. He's a really awesome guy though. Just talking about, oh my God, just going over stuff and changing stuff and deciding what some equipment to buy. And there's so much work that needs to get done. I mean, it's just keeps getting pushed back, which is fine. I mean, it needs to be done right, but they're having some trouble with some of the not purveyors, but some of the vendors with some equipment. They need to, they want to put a dumbwaiter in, and they're like, oh, that's going to be like 6 weeks till you get that. And I was like, what? This shit keeps popping up. So
Roly,
it is what it is.
Fish heads.
Yeah.
Eat 'em up. Yum.
Yum.
That was an awesome video.
Snob said he figured that you cried sad tears on his your wood chips before he started smoking.
Yeah, those weren't tears.
Salty tears.
So speaking of smoking and speaking of salt, fell into a bit of a YouTube hole the other night looking at. Well, I was looking at how to make salted beef, like preserved salted beef and stuff like that.
Like dried beef, yeah.
Yeah. And ended up watching probably about half a dozen videos on making actual salted ham or pig quarters and that, or like the hocks or the quarters and that. And interesting, but I don't have 3 years to make a single, 50-pound hawk.
Right. Yeah, and that's the I tell you what, I've never done that. I've never cured anything. I've got some friends that have done it. I've never gotten into it. Guys that used to do dry their own steaks, like do dry aged steaks and stuff like that. And I had a friend that made his own prosciutto or something like it. I mean, it was similar, but that's I've just never gotten into doing any of that stuff. It's so interesting too, especially when you see like how it's old school. When you see like in Italy, in Parma, some of the places that are the most famous for doing it and how their setups are, and how there's a reason you can't recreate it. You know what I mean? It's just it's done in these certain places, and I know. I think in Parma they age the prosciutto in how they house it in places that are open to the the sea air, the breeze from the sea air, and it helps dry them out, and you get that sea air, and it's supposed to give them like a different flavor. Just to dry age your beef. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
the ham starts at
interesting.
15, ends at 25. Yeah.
Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
we've got this big ass box full of salt. We're gonna throw this whole pig in here, cut up into quarters and backs and stuff, and then we're gonna leave that sitting there for about 3 to 4 weeks. Then when that's done, we're gonna rinse all the stuff off. Then we're gonna look at it. Anything that doesn't look good, we may or may not pick off. We're gonna coat it with the running molasses so that the black pepper and the red pepper and all that can stick on there, or because apparently the black pepper keeps the flies off, and then like around the bones and that, you got to pack it with red pepper because apparently there's a little parasite or a little bug that will actually eat the bone and eat the marrow inside all of it. Yeah, then
Weird.
tie it up, tie it up in a paper bag, tie it up in some cotton bags. Okay, we're going to leave this in this tobacco barn for the next year to 2 or 3 and come back later. Basically, everything your mother told you not to do. Don't leave stuff hanging out in the garage. Don't leave food sitting there. It's going to get spoiled.
Yeah, it's funny how worried some people are about certain things, and then you see what other cultures have been doing for hundreds of years, and I guess it helps too. It helps build immunities and stuff when you eat some of that crazy shit. But it is kind of amazing when something you take it past the point of bad that it's good again, almost. It's like, this is spoiled. I don't want it. But if we let it sit a little bit longer, it'll be something else, and it won't be spoiled again.
It's not spoiled. It's fermented.
Right. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you go from spoiled, then it's fermented, and it's like, oh, it's okay then. It's like, yeah, like fish sauce.
It's a bit.
I just doctored my marinade with brown sugar. Turned out great. Better charing. Fermented raw pork. I don't know. Well, there's it's in Iceland.
Oh, the shark.
The shark, is that where it was? Iceland, or was it somewhere? It was somewhere up there. Like,
I think it was Iceland.
Yeah. They had the fermented shark, and I forget who it was. It might have been Anthony Bourdain did a show and went up there and tried it, and he was like, "This is horrible." Like,
yeah, they bury it in the sand first, and then they hang it in some kind of a drying house. And I think it was Andrew Zimmerman was the one that I watched, and he said it smelled like urine.
Yeah,
Ludacris and Gabriel's. That's in lye. They soak that in lye.
Oh, good for them. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I have. Cam Gabriel says, "Goddamn kimchi." Yeah, kimchi's pretty wicked. I've never made it. We used to use it, and I just had a brand that I preferred that wasn't super wicked. And even that, I'm not a big fan of it. I liked it in things. We used to do a fried rice with beef and kimchi in it, and that was good. But it was just because the flavor kind of came out and went into everything. But as it sits, as it by itself, I wasn't a big fan.
I forget the name brand, but I get the jars of it from our Meyer stores up here.
Yeah,
and I like putting it on my eggs.
How many Borks? We got 2 Borks. We got 2 of you. Why we got 2 of you? I don't know what's going on there.
Bork.
Yeah, any fish you process with lye is disgusting. Yeah, that can't be. That's like if somebody said, we got this fish, and it's pretty gross. It's pretty gross, but if we soak it in bleach long enough, you could probably tolerate it. I'm like, no, don't do that.
Eat it directly after the bleach. You wash it off. It's got to be rinsed.
Rinsed.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Rinse
can
it
pat
in
it dry with a paper towel if you really want to. Bork 1, meet Bork 2. There you go. Hello. So many Borks.
The bork is borkin' here.
Korea does the fermented pork. Oh, no thanks.
Everybody does fermented pork.
Yeah, Walmart's
Even-
meat section does fermented baby backs.
Oh, yeah?
Well,
You get a hold of some bad ones.
a couple times. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I bought 2 full racks. Opened the first one. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pork does
Smells
not
like-
lie when it's bad.
Yeah.
And one right next to it, it was totally fine.
Same
Mhm.
expiration
Well-
dates and everything.
You get anytime you get and M. Gabriel can probably, being in the industry, he can tell you this too. Anytime you get meat cryovac like that or vacuum sealed like that has a bone in it, those bones hold air, but they also sometimes can cause the vacuum seal to not seal tight enough, or you can't draw all the air out of it, and they'll go bad. They'll go bad a lot faster. Sometimes there's air in the bones too. Like if you have a really good vacuum sealer and you're vacuum sealing a steak with a bone in it, you can actually see little bubbles come out of the cut end of the bone. It's pretty crazy. And sometimes that's all it takes is some of that fresh air to be in there that, it can start to turn it bad. And yeah, you open it up and you have that ammonia smell, and it's like, it looks fine. A lot of times it'll still have a nice color to it. It won't look bad, but you'll break it open and you'll get that ammonia smell, and that's pretty rough.
Mm-hmm.
There's also most cryovac meats or vacuum sealed meats that you buy at the store or something too. They aren't all that fresh. A lot of people don't realize that there's a lot of aging that goes on before something's sold. It can be like 2 weeks old, and it's just being, when they call it wet aged, it's just aged in under vacuum like that, and it helps give the meat a chance to rest and give off some of that extra moisture, and it's a lot more tender. Like a fresh steak is, like a day or so old isn't always going to be all that, comparatively. A lot of times it's not as nice. So there's a lot of steaks that we'll get that are like 21 days cut, It's kind of crazy to think about it, but it's pretty common. Yeah, I don't know. Weird foods is definitely, I don't know. It's really funny when, and working in a restaurant, when you work with some of these things that are kind of like miso too is the same way. As people will be like, oh, what's miso? It's like fermented soybean paste, or fish sauce is like, oh, that's fermented anchovy juice or fermented anchovy water, basically. People are like, oh, sorry I asked. I'm like, yeah, well, that's what you get for asking.
Me so horny.
Yeah. Yeah. It gets kind of, some of them are pretty gross.
Yeah, you ever watch that how they make the fish sauce?
Yeah, I've seen it in the open air vats.
Yeah. Yep.
The concrete vats. Yep. They dump a whole bunch of anchovies in it and crush them up. And they put salt on them and let them ferment. And then they dump water on it and strain it.
I've got some in the fridge.
Fish sauce is a special kind of smell, man.
We use it in a chicken pad thai.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've actually got a really nice I'll look for the recipe for it for mayo that has fish sauce in it. It's literally really, really simple. It's like mayonnaise, lemon zest, lemon juice, fish sauce, and Thai basil, and I think ginger and garlic or something. And it's all blended up in the food processor. But it's really, really good. We used to put it on tuna, like drizzle it over tuna. That's a really good one though. It's kind of like it would be really good on some kind of fish sandwich or something. It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, and Gabriel brings up the glutamates.
Yeah.
And soy sauce, fish sauce, oyster sauce. And the only reason I know that is because my mom passed away from Lou Gehrig's disease, and they found that high levels of glutamates in their cerebral spinal fluid is a contributing factor.
Oh.
So that's how I know that. Tony Basil.
Tony.
Oh, Mickey, you're so fine.
Yeah.
You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey.
Real soy sauce is fermented too. Yeah, real soy sauces. They start with, and that's where some soy sauces are gluten free and some soy sauces aren't, because they'll start with a fermented. Sometimes it'll be like fermented wheat, and then they'll add the soybeans to it, and then age it and do whatever to make it soy sauce. So it actually starts out with wheat, and then some will use fermented rice. And I think that's how tamari is. Tamari is like a gluten-free soy sauce. They start with a gluten-free or a fermented rice, and then add the soy to it, and then make soy sauce. I'm not really sure of the process.
What about stinky tofu? That's fermented tofu. That's gross.
There is a man, shit. I can't. I would know the name of. I know it if I heard it, but there is a soybean. It's a fermented soybean, and it's kind of tan in color, like tannish brown in color, like flat dark beige, flat dark mud, like the guys would say, flat dark beige, and it's almost like slimy. And there's a term for it, and I can't remember what it is, but it's basically fermented soybeans that haven't been further processed into miso. And they are like, if you blew your nose on soybeans or something. Actually, it looks like if you blew your nose in baked beans. That's kind of what they look like, because they're like sticky and slimy, but they look like baked beans almost. Oh my gosh, yeah, I've never had them, but they basically miso that's not pureed up. And I just can't remember what they're called. I would know it if I heard it, I think.
I just Googled it, and the word natto came up.
Natto, yeah, N-A-T-O.
N-A-T-T-O, yep.
Oh, N-A-T-T-O, yep.
Natto finished yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Natto
MKJO had their natto. Yeah,
natto going in my mouth.
Yeah. I just ate half the bowl and just ate the side entrees, the bread, and the quiche were good. What the fuck kind of dinner did you have, Jumpy? You had pho, quiche, with bread.
Vietnamese buffet.
Anyway, that's world cuisine there, brother.
Crab legs, a little
bit of everything. Yeah, where's the crab legs? Where the baby back, the the boneless spare ribs, the Korean ribs. Rob's out there. He said, "I'll just take a steak and a salad." That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Salad for Rick.
And Gabriel said he left the 5-gallon bucket of cabbage fermenting buried in Allentown, PA 15 years ago. I wonder if it's ready yet. Almost.
No, with the particular ground seepage you get in Allentown, you're going to have to either boil it at 500 degrees Celsius for an hour or wait another 20 years.
Yeah, and then it'll be good again.
No, then it'll be gone.
It probably blew up and took out the foundation of the building.
The house, yeah. There's a crumpled, dilapidated restaurant all around there now. rolling chair at a salad bar, so you just roll along and eat, no table necessary. Yeah, just graze. It's just like grazing.
You can find that natto on your Fans Oily page.
Fans Oily, yeah. Yeah. I come up with some dumb shit sometimes. somebody made some fans only joke the one day, and that's what I came up with in my head. I was like, fans only, fans oily. It's just like funny to me.
Well, Snob is the spokesperson for that, isn't he?
He looks fucking ripped in that video, that picture too. I got to tell you, he's been really he got his shit together for sure.
Must be on intermittent fasting.
Isn't that just called eating regularly?
Yeah. What Vanessa says was the cause of the AT&T building destruction in Tennessee last year, exploding cabbage bucket.
We can neither deny or confirm that was the cause.
So what's going on? What's going on in the world? Like I said before the show, other than, I mean, at what point do we can't? It's hard to use the word unprecedented because lots of gun control has happened over the years with like the NFA and all the craziness that happened back then when they banned machine guns and all that stuff. But at what point does it become like, holy shit, what's going on? Because it seems like it's coming from all sides. I mean, don't you guys think? I mean, it just seems like every day we're getting pounded with not necessarily new bills, but the support for new bills, I guess, is a good way to say it.
I don't know if their goal is to keep my head spinning. That's what they're accomplishing.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Didn't you notice when you went into your last physical that they put magnets in your head, so when it spins, it generates electricity?
I wish. Is that a cow magnet joke?
Maybe. Now that you brought it up.
Mooby?
Where's
we
Cowboy
don't need to see
Hillbilly?
movies.
Clover says it seems that way because you're actually plugged in and hyper focused on all of it. Yeah, I suppose. But I feel like even the casual watcher of like, if you scroll through CNN or you scroll through somewhere like that, like I feel like that is just such a hot topic, man. Everybody, it seems like everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. And Biden, when he can spit out any kind of coherent sentence, it's it's pretty. We're going to do this. We're gonna put all our effort into it. We're, every wake. What did he say? Every waking minute I'm gonna spend on gun control or whatever the fuck he said, something like that.
So
I was like, holy shit,
4 to 5 minutes a day.
Yeah, I was gonna say, good thing he's not awake that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Could it just be the simple fact that, oh, hey, we have the traditionally anti-gun people in power and with White House and that, so we are going to talk up our talking points as much as we can until you idiots who put us in or oppose us stop paying attention to us so we can get back to business as normal and doing fuck all.
Yeah.
Clover's got a good point.
Mm-hmm. He said he felt the same way in 2012, unplugged for nearly a year, except for local stuff, and when he eased back into it, realized they are trying to get us hyper-focused so we don't see the bigger picture. Revolver says they're trying to deflect from the border. Yeah, what a mess down there, man. I saw a video today of some people not making it across a river, and a couple of them drowned. There was an article about I forget how many, like 70 people that they busted, and how many of them were wanted felons or wanted for murder or something. And yeah, I mean, I take that all as a grain of sand as far as trusting people too, if that's accurate or not. But it's a mess. I don't know what's going on down there, man.
24-hour news cycle has to 24-hour news, so.
Nashville guy was targeting the NA. Yeah, that was in that building, right? I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I know it was
And
weird.
we're probably not going to. They're counting on our short attention span. They might be brought up in like 4 or 5 years of, oh yeah, this person or whatever was actually sentenced for death or hung himself or something. So
Yeah, let me see what we got here for articles.
people are actually getting their hands on the new Shield Plus.
Yeah, it's one of the. I didn't see any articles on it, but it's funny. Yeah, we talked about it, and then like 2 days later, it just hit the news and blew up all over the place. Not the news, but like gun forums and gun things where all of a sudden you were able to buy them. It went from not being able to find any information on the damn things to being able to order one in like 2 days. I was like, holy shit.
This is how you do a product rollout right.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, you know, they the hype wasn't very long though, which is the only thing that surprised me. Like, man, it just seemed like nobody knew this thing existed, and 2 days later, it was on the market. There wasn't a whole lot of time to build up any hype for it or get people really interested in it. It just bam, it hit.
Well, with our current situation, you don't want to really, oh yeah, hey, we'll have this out in 6 to 9 months. It's, oh hey, we have this. Look at our cool new thing, and you can order it. So go buy it. Give us money. PSA.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want to get stabbed with a dagger.
The hell with your dagger. I want the damn jackal.
Did the dagger? Did anybody even? Did they ship any of those out? I know they did a sale,
idea.
and literally it lasted like 10 minutes, and they were sold out. But did people get those that ordered them, or did they not even go out?
If they did, no one that I've listened to or stuff I've watched has said anything about it. Maybe a couple people got like a pre-production model as part of the building up the hype train, but I don't know if those were actually sales or if those were pre-orders and they figured, oh, there's a lot more demand here than we thought. We need to pull the plug, kind of a thing. So,
Revolver says he wants a Shield Plus. Yeah, I'm super interested in too. That or the Ruger that we looked at when we were looking at the other last week too.
for the money and the fact that Ruger is putting the high vis or the TFO, the tritium fiber optic front sight, and they're all coming pre-cut for a mini red dot, whereas the Shield you have to get the Performance Center model, which is another $200 to $300 more over the standard model. And I lost my train of thought while I was talking.
Go with the Ruger. You were insinuating that the Ruger was a better buy, I think.
I am leaning more towards the Ruger than I am the Smith & Wesson at this point, but only slightly because I have the M&P 9 compact. I've got a Shield 40 357. So I've got experience with the Smith & or with that particular lineage of Smith & Wesson pistols, but the Ruger for just the features seems like, okay, if I see one well, I'd always take a look at it, but I'd seriously consider that over the Shield when I pick it up and I don't see anything glaringly bad with it.
Yeah, be interested to check them both out and see which one feels better. I always thought the Shield felt good. I always liked the way it pointed. I like the way the grip is. I for somebody that doesn't have super big hands, I always liked it. So, I mean, I've been interested in them for 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah, the Performance Center ones with the porting's real nice. It makes something that'd be very snappy and pretty much unshootable in 40 or 357 much more pleasant.
Yeah. M. Gabriel saying there's a hearing Tuesday from Missouri Senate Bill 528, which creates Missouri Minutemen, whose volunteers' arms would ostensibly be property of the state to avoid federal arms regulations. Jesus.
Do what with who now?
It says it creates Minutemen.
Volunteers' arms would be property of the state. So basically, the state is taking property of your shit, so the federal government doesn't. That's no bad no.
Gabriel said he heard the Ruger Max does not support plus P. I don't think anybody recommends plus P in anything, though. That's the only thing. What is that?
No, everybody.
Is that?
It's like the same boilerplate that they copy and paste from. That's been copy and pasted from every instruction manual from, the dawn of time, simply stating that we do not recommend plus P.
Mm-hmm.
Shooting plus P may cause premature wear of your gun and possible failure, death, dismemberment, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Now with that Minuteman Act or whatever, what the heck was it? I was listening to... it was Liberty Dolls. It was probably this Friday's. I don't know. I was out and about doing some stuff, so I was kind of caught in bits and pieces that apparently in... Where is she? In North Carolina? No, South Carolina. One of their state representatives or in their state Congress is putting forth basically a militia bill saying that anybody who is age, it's like 18 to 50 or whatever,
right,
will be automatically considered part of the state militia. And it's pretty much, from the sounds of it, it's you don't have to do anything. It's just, you're part of the militia, so therefore Second Amendment applies to militia. So there you go. And if you don't want to be part of it, just, here's a piece of paper, sign it saying I don't want to be part of this, so bye. The shield I want is made out of vibranium. Well, Clover,
just like the old days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, Clover, if you go over to Wakanda, be sure to go to their Starbucks. They have some type of amazing roll with the spice on there. I can't put my finger on, but it's pretty good. Yeah. Regular use of plus P will accelerate wear upon. I mean, I think even H&K in some of their manuals state, it will cause it to wear out, but they don't explicitly say, no, do not do this, wailing, gnashing of teeth, so on and so forth.
This one, I didn't read this, but this one sounded interesting. It said, Sonia Sotomayor questions warrantless gun seizures in big Fourth Amendment case. The Supreme Court heard oral arguments this week in a case that asked whether the Fourth Amendment's usual warrant requirement should be waived when the police conduct a warrantless home search while carrying out a so-called community caretaker function, such as when the cops perform a wellness check on a potentially troubled or injured person. Justice Sotomayor, one of the court's biggest Fourth Amendment hawks, raised a few objections to giving the cops that much leeway to enter the home without a warrant. The case is Caniglia versus Strom. In 2015, Rhode Island police made a well call on 68-year-old Edward Caniglia. After his wife reported to authorities that he might be suicidal. The couple had gotten into a fight the night before, and she left to sleep elsewhere. When she couldn't reach him the next morning, she called the cops. The officers who visited the house had Caniglia taken to the hospital in an ambulance, where he was examined by a nurse and social worker and discharged the same day. In the meantime, the police entered Caniglia's home without a warrant and seized his handguns. The case centers on Caniglia's claim that the warrantless search and seizure violated his Fourth Amendment rights. The Court of Appeals for the First Circuit ruled in the favor of the officers in 2020, holding that the community caretaking exception to the Fourth Amendment was sufficient to cover the matter at issue. The community caretaking doctrine, the First Circuit maintained, is designed to give police elbow room to take appropriate action. Sotomayor took issue with the lower court's judgment. I am deeply concerned about the First Circuit's claim that there is no requirement that officers must select the least intrusive means of fulfilling community caretaking responsibilities. The attorney representing, for example, why couldn't they ask the wife for permission before entering the house? Why didn't the officers speak to a social worker or psychiatrist? How do we limit the police from substituting their own judgment in such matters? Sotomayor demanded, in this situation, there was no immediate danger, she said, yet the police decided on their own to go in and seize the gun. Quite obviously, I do not concur with the notion of anyone as a community caretaker. The community doesn't need a nanny. And then the author says, but at least she's giving gruff to the notion of limitless search and seizure. Why aren't the other justices doing that? The entire First Circuit of Court of Appeals should have been brought into the naked proceedings, beaten senseless, and then put in stocks in the community square for siding with the police for such a communist undertaking as that. Interesting.
So is this something that's actually before the Supreme Court or going up against?
It makes it sound like it's a case that's going to go to them. This was very
arguments this week. Okay.
Oh, so yeah,
they're
they heard
just, just starting it. Okay.
Yeah. Yep, they are starting. Yeah. That's interesting. What's Sotomayor like with guns? I don't know anything about.
You have a better chance turning around and asking your curtains.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about her. But I would imagine that either if somebody was super anti-gun, she definitely wouldn't have interjected herself into this. She would have probably just passed it by and said, oh, whatever happens, fuck it, I'm not going to make a big deal out of this. I don't care if the cops go in and take guns or not. So, I mean...
Unless the actual argument is seizure of anything without a warrant.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, if it would be really, in my opinion, it would be really hard for somebody that is very anti-gun to not interject their own opinions into this and be able to be, impartial like that. So if she doesn't like guns and she still came up with this, good for her. I think that's something to be commended that she could. But I mean, maybe she's not anti-gun. I don't know. I don't know anything about her. People have an issue of seeing injustices as liberal or conservative when they are actually either constitutional or precedential. What did I mess up here? Clover said that Minuteman thing is interesting. So my name is on the 4473 for many 4-H clubs. But at the end of the day, they belong to Texas 4-H. So it's sort of weird. If the state goes rogue, you're screwed. Yeah, they come looking for something, I guess. Oh, because that would be, if they get I don't want to say impounded, but yeah. Sotomayor is liberal and I believe went against McDonald. All right. Well, if she, I mean, I commend that though. If somebody has beliefs, if they, like I said, if they have beliefs against guns and they still sided with this, against the cops in this one, good for her.
I could probably actually look that up.
So this is the cop from Boulder. It said fallen Boulder police officer would have been deeply offended at being used to advocate for gun control, family says. Honda's out there. What's going on, Honda? Eric Talley would have been deeply offended to know that his death was being used to push for stricter gun control measures, his father told TMZ. Talley was one of 10 people in the mass shooting that took place at King Soopers Grocery Monday. The 51-year-old father of 7 was the first Boulder police officer to respond to the call of shots fired, and he is the first Boulder police officer to fall in the line of duty in nearly 30 years. His father told the entertainment news outlet, however, that Talley would have been shocked to know that his death was being used by federal legislators, and even the president to push for greater restrictions on guns, and that his son was a supporter of Second Amendment rights and owned his own AR-15. My son would have been deeply offended to know his death would clicked on to promote gun control. Before he was an officer, and he enjoyed shooting, Homer Talley told TMZ. Homer Talley also resisted suggesting that Monday's mass shooting was indicative of any larger problem with guns, gun culture, or violence. Talley told TMZ that the massacre was a senseless act, and that is just it. The situation Eric found himself in wasn't one that the government could protect him from. Just because some wacko goes around shooting people doesn't mean guns need to be taken away. You can't take away enough guns to protect this country, Talley added. To take away that freedom completely is something I am against, and my son was against. Talley later added that he is coming to terms with his son's death and working to forgive his attacker. My family and son are people of faith. We understand forgiveness, that it is necessary for not just the shooter, but for ourselves, he said. The gunman went to Boulder court Thursday, 10 counts of first-degree murder. The alleged gunman was also reportedly, quote, known to the FBI because he was connected to another individual that the FBI had under investigation. President Joe Biden and other Democrats have proposed a number of gun control measures in the wake of Monday's mass shooting, including passage of 2 House bills dramatically expanding federal background checks and curbing some gun sales, and potentially executive orders. And I don't remember who I was listening to the other day. It was on a chat. I was driving or something, and they were saying how Biden a while back, a month or two ago, said that he didn't believe he could do executive actions to do gun control, to ban guns. And then I did hear recently, he was he was back on that trail of trying to, possibly doing some executive actions to ban certain things or whatever. Somebody said, well, that's against the Constitution. He wouldn't be able to do that. I don't trust the fact that something is or isn't constitutional to really make them decide that it is or isn't going to happen at this point. I feel like if, it's kind of Biden's kind of in I think the mentality, or if he gets into the mentality of it's better to ask forgiveness than permission, that he could just start signing fucking paperwork and start banning stuff and start putting shit into the NFA and, banning 3D guns or making register 3D guns and, putting some penalties down for this, that, and the other thing. And then if they decide to take it to court, fine. But for now, he's going to do it. It's kind of like the bump stock thing, right? Now, all of a sudden, bump stocks, because that case went through and they said, to my knowledge, what it seems like is bump stocks now are not machine guns. So if you are in certain states or with somebody said with a GOA member or something like that, I don't know how much of this is true. Don't quote me on this. That they are now, you would be allowed to own them still. So, but what happened since they quote unquote banned them? They were all destroyed or handed in. Okay, I know not all of them were. I'm not stupid, but a majority of them were destroyed or handed in. Are those people going to get compensated for that shit? No, I guarantee they won't. Maybe if there's a big enough lawsuit and a whole bunch of people can prove that they either destroyed them or handed them in, maybe there will be. And maybe people would get compensated for them. I don't know. I would hope so, because the ATF sure as fuck said that they were banning them and then came out and said they weren't, which is horseshit. But the same thing with this, I think. I mean, if Biden comes out and says, I just signed an executive action that said AR-15s are now NFA. They're in the NFA. You got to have, you got to have this, that, and the other thing. You got to pay this. You got to pay that. You got to go through this. You got to jump through all these hoops. I mean, he can do that, even if it's unconstitutional. He can do it, and then maybe months down the road, or a year down the road, or 2 years down the road, it'll get thrown out in court and say you're not allowed to do it. But in the meantime, what damage can be done?
Don't think an entire lot of it, because they'd have to they would have to do some pretty massive legal gymnastics, or have it go before Congress and the Senate to get it redefined. Well, and with there being, I'm doing the air quotes, the bad people, the Democrats, the people who are usually get the other side riled up, there would probably be an injunction filed immediately saying, okay, yeah, we're not sure that you can do this, or we know you can't do this, but yeah, we're going to put an injunction on here. You can't do anything on it until we actually get a ruling on it. So,
Well, I don't know. The ATF did it with bump stocks, is all I'm saying. And I'm just saying, what if he does it with 30-round mags? And he writes it. He writes it off and says, if you have a 30-round magazine, you turn it in, or
well,
you.
I mean, even with what was it? Let me look up what the actual Trump wording of Trump's executive order was. Or it wasn't even an executive order. He simply told the ATF to take a look into bump stocks. And they simply said, well, because since it already kind of, I want to say skirted the line, it went up to the line of legality, if there is such a thing. And they simply went, well, we can just tweak it, or we're the ATF, we change our minds all the time, because, I mean, that fell under one of the controlled devices. Magazines don't. ARs don't. So it'd have to be an outright ban through an act of Congress of getting rid of the 30-round magazines, or getting rid of semi-automatic sporting rifles, modern sporting rifles, whatever vernacular you choose to use to describe them, because those things don't fall underneath machine gun, short-barreled rifles, short-barreled shotguns, explosive devices, sound moderators or suppressors, or anything. So binary triggers have been, it's a roll of the dice. Depends on how many people keep sending in letters. Oh, is this okay? Is this legal? Well, this is legal, but what if I do this, this, and that? So, I mean, honestly, if I guess I don't really know I haven't been really paying attention to all that, other than just a blurb of somebody who shall remain nameless, since we're not trying to stir up any more drama on drama that's already been cranked up to 21. Said out on the Patreon of, oh, hey, yeah, we won the court case. I was like, okay. Next. So 3D print files for sure.
M. Gabriel says directing the Justice Department to change the definition of firearm to include 80% frames, slides, and uppers is in the works. Yeah, I just don't. I don't know. I mean, I understand where a lot of people that have been in the game here, the activism game for years are like, listen, these things are too crazy to go through, and it won't stand up to scrutiny, and it won't do this and won't do that. I just worry. I worry that this dude Biden is such a puppet that he could do anything at this point. I don't know. I just don't trust him as far as I can throw him.
Well, if we're playing six-dimensional chess here, what they're going to do is they're going to keep Biden being Mr. Bumble Mumble. They're going to threaten all these things, and we're going to have a grace period of 1.5 to 2 years before, oh yeah, Kamala's going to have to take over. Joe slipped on a bar of soap getting out of the bathtub this morning, shattered his hip. He can't do anything. So, and then they're going to, talking six-dimensional chess here, they're going to have her do all this stuff because, oh, well, it's the first female president and of color, and she did all this. They're going to try and blow more smoke up the American public's ass than they did when Obama was elected, just on the whole virtue signaling thing. So that's my 5 cents worth of bullshit.
And Rob says it's out of your control. Don't stress, but I'm not stressed about it. I just, like I say,
Go to the fridge and grab a birch beer.
I'm not. I have a birch beer over there, and I forgot to put it in a damn fridge. Stupid ass. I grabbed one when I was at the grocery store the other day. I was like, ooh, a birch beer.
Stupid
piece
ass
of candy.
refrigerator for not being outside the refrigerator and keeping
Ooh,
food cold.
Ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, birch
Ooh,
beer.
a birch beer. Ooh, another kind of birch beer. Ooh, oh, that's not birch beer. You suck.
M. Gabriel. Oh yeah, one of my favorite SCOTUS verdicts: Pittsburgh versus Parker. It's a classic in the cheesesteak wars with Philly. I don't know what that is. Is that the Pat and Gino thing? The controversy with who's the original cheesesteak and all that shit? I don't know.
Well, now give me a second. I've actually got the SCOTUS archive up here.
Clover.
You got it, Clover. That's it. Yeah. You got to take a wheeze.
Already
You
did.
had
Took
to
you
take
that
a
freaking
wheeze?
long? Damn, you're old.
I couldn't get it past the end of my shoes.
GJ Play Nice says Gino rocks. I forget which is which. Which is the one that is provolone and not cheese whiz? I don't like the cheese whiz thing. It's okay, but I don't. I'd prefer like a real cheese. I don't remember which is which.
Are you saying that processed dairy product is not proper cheese?
I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just saying that I would prefer actually, I'll tell you what, when I make cheesesteaks, I do provolone and American. And I know some people are like, oh, American's trash. But American melts and it gets all like gooey and yummy, and it's kind of sweet and salty. And
But
then the provolone just, provolone
American
goes great
cheese
with
is
it.
just more solidified cheese whiz. It's the same basic ingredient and process.
I will concede that if you put a little bit of cheese whiz and provolone on there, that would also be awesome. I will say that. I will go along with that.
You got to
And
squirt it.
speaking of not cheese products on sandwiches, we had burgers last night, and I had a tub of the Walmart branded cheddar jalapeno dip and slathered that on top of the burger with a
On a
little
stick.
Nice.
with a little of the Sweet Baby Ray's brown sugar and honey barbecue sauce.
Nice. You're going all out.
Yes.
CNN morning anchor wants gun shop owners to conduct a psychiatric evaluation of their customers before they sell them a gun. The dumbest anti-gun quote of the year.
Hey,
gun
Frank,
writer.
how's the wife and kids been doing? They're okay. Okay, Frank, you seem normal. Thanks, Sam.
Yeah. CNN Allison. Geez, that's a weird way to spell Allison. Alisyn. Allison. Ugh.
Good thing I didn't try and say the first thing that came to my mind when I wrote her last name. I thought it said camel toe.
Alice Cameltosa wants gun shop owners to diagnose the mental health of customers. To be clear, I don't want an FFL, so I'm not that familiar. I don't have an FFL, so I'm not that familiar with the licensing process. Well, then you probably should shut the fuck up, Allison.
Elysian.
How-
That's how it's Elysian.
Elysian Cameltosa. Camel toter. However, I am reasonably certain that the federal government does not require an advanced degree in psychology before they issue someone an FFL to sell guns. Allison verified her firearms ignorance, or perhaps confirmed her own ignorance, when she suggested Wednesday that gun dealers should conduct a psychiatric examination of their customers before they sell them a gun, all under the guise of what she thinks needs to happen to prevent future mass shootings like Boulder. Why don't we go to gun shop owners and say, quote, do you think that this 21-year-old who comes in and wants an AR-15 style weapon, do you think he looks like he's going hunting with this weapon? Did you ask him, by the way, do you think people are chasing you? Do you ever hear voices saying that people are coming for you? Do they ever ask questions like this? Because this guy, it sounds like, would have answered yes.
Well, Alicia Camel Toe, did this ever enter into your head before all the details came out on this latest incident? Or are you just cherry picking all this bullshit so you can seem to be up to date, woke, and please pay attention to me so I can get on the big desk for the nightly news?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there you go. Thanks for your time. It says, this is CNN. As always, thanks for your time, Lee. So there you go. So whenever you go buy a gun now, you're going to have to lay down on a little couch and have somebody ask you a bunch of questions. So Clover says, cooking questions. Some people say that generic off-brand stuff is, quote, just as good, but I feel that specific brands offer better texture, taste profile, etc., and recipes. Thoughts? Yes, absolutely. And there's one of my more... Go ahead.
Well, as far as using like name brand versus generic, I just think it's part of it's also, is what have you had before when you made this stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Have you had this shells and cheese and hamburger hot dish before where you use actual Velveeta, or no, you have processed cheese from the Dollar General?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing. There is, I've talked about this a lot too. There is a nostalgia with some foods, and you make foods the way that you remember them or the way that you liked them as a kid, not because it's the best way to make it or the best tasting way. You do it that way because that's what you grew up with, and you have like fond memories of it.
Yeah, because Grandma used to make her cakes and cookies with margarine, and then you try it with butter, and it's like, this is better, but it's not what I was wanting.
Yeah. And there's also, the way I look at ingredients sometimes is what matters and what doesn't. You can go buy butter is a good example. You can go buy a cheap generic house brand butter, and then you could go buy like a hand churned French butter that's like amazing, and they are really like that kind of stuff is really, there is a price difference, or not a price difference. There is a taste difference, a quality difference for sure, but does that difference matter to you? There are certain things that I don't cheap out on. I always buy Philadelphia brand cream cheese.
And drizzle spoons.
No, I buy the shitty drizzle spoons.
See, that's why they never work for you. Because you buy the shitty one.
Fucking $16 shitty drizzle spoons.
Fucking white trash drizzle.
Put a 1 and 2 zeros in front of that.
You can't say white trash on here. You'll get me banned.
Caucasian refuse.
Yes, Caucasian refuse.
Hey.
Scaffolding.
It's trailer trash.
So
even though we had a house.
Yeah. So things like cream cheese. I always buy Philly brand cream cheese because I like the texture of it and I like the flavor of it. I think it's got a lot more of a bite to it. It's not as bland.
And now that you're contractually obligated since you live in Pennsylvania.
Honda says, "What the fuck is a drizzle spoon?" Exactly. This guy doesn't watch this show. Fuck him. He doesn't watch the show. Get out of here.
No.
If you don't know if you don't know nothing about no drizzle spoons, then I can't help you.
I got a picture reference for you. It's a spoon that looks like that.
Yeah, there you go. It looks like just like that. Patriot says, "I don't care what my ex grew up eating. There's no damn way you boil all meats."
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
All the meats are in hot dogs, and you boil hot dogs.
So there are some things, it depends on what you like, but no, I'd say there's a noticeable difference in quality levels in just about everything. It's just whether it matters to you or not. Some of the hey, there you go. There's some bunny ears.
It is Easter coming up next weekend.
Yeah.
Live Bunny Boy.
I don't even know where those are. I wonder if I still have those around here somewhere. I have to look for them.
That'll be next Sunday.
Did you check next to the fuzzy handcuffs under your side of the bed?
No, I don't know. Some of that shit, like when I do that, when I sometimes I'll just throw them like over on my desk or something. They might be sitting over there. Who knows? I had some bunny ears too, or not bunny ears, bunny sunglasses. Where they had it was like the bunny glasses with the ears, and I had those for a while too. But yes, I think there is a noticeable difference, and sometimes that difference can be in marketing price. Sometimes something's a little bit cheaper, but it's just because they're not putting a shitload of money into marketing and packaging and that kind of stuff. And I can appreciate that, but a lot of times there's a noticeable difference. Salad dressing is one of them. You get some cheap salad dressing; it's real thin and bland.
Mm-hmm. Or it's or you get ranch dressing to where it's got that nice kind of sour bite to it, but it just runs out the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that shitty Kraft salad dressing. That shit's so bad.
Screw you, Kraft salad dressing is adequate.
Yeah, it depends. I think it depends on.
Blue
There's certain
cheese.
dressings that. Yeah, I was just gonna say there's certain dressings that it's kind of hard to fuck up. Like if you get like a French or a Catalina,
Oh yeah.
a lot of them are a lot of them are okay. But when you start
Or
getting
if it's a
into like
vinaigrette.
the blue cheese, yeah, vinaigrette. But a lot of the like blue cheese dressings, if you don't buy one that you like,
T.
and
Marzetti.
you get, it's like no, yeah. There's like no blue cheese in it. it's like they waved a chunk of blue cheese across the top of it and then put the lid on it without actually putting it in there or something.
The lumps in that blue cheese aren't exactly blue cheese. Think smaller and more legs.
Yeah.
Just one.
Honda says he goes cheaper than Kraft, so you get like the Parma dollar store one.
Blue cheese makes my poop. Blue cheese makes my poop hurt.
You're doing it wrong.
So,
Yeah,
Yeah,
other end of the digestive tract there, Honda.
yeah. How do you know your poop hurts? It hurts you. Maybe blue cheese makes your butt hurt.
Do you like fish? Do you fish it out and go, Mr. Hanky?
Yeah.
Do you
How you
want to
feeling
have a
today?
discussion? Are you mentally stable after that particular experience?
Blue cheese is his prison mate's nickname.
Blue cheese. Yeah. Blue cheese makes my poop hurt.
Blue cheese is the shot caller.
New York Outcast says apparently YouTube won't let me talk about any color trash. There you go. Neither will Instagram. If you watched the show last week, we were playing on Instagram and I left a comment and a white trash and I almost got banned off of Instagram. I got a warning.
Oh, talking recipes and generics can make a better dish, not a brand versus generic. It's an adjacent argument.
So this scenario we were talking recipes and the generic could make a better overall dish. Yeah, sometimes. Because I would say as long as you're using a generic that has a flavor profile that you're looking for, if that makes sense. Like cheeses, some cheeses, the cheaper ones they'll be like more salty. So depending on what you're using it for, like if you're making like a cheese sauce or something, that extra salt might be nice. But a lot of times when you get into like cheap cheeses and stuff too, if you're melting them, they don't melt well or they're kind of grainy when they melt. And I've had that.
Same as Jello's we bought.
I was told by my wife that generic gelatin is the same as Jello. She bought that, and I used telling her it was not. Gelatin is. I would imagine that gelatin is pretty similar among brands. The gelatin aspect of it, not the flavoring and stuff in it, if that makes sense. So, like, if you buy...
It's all the basic same protein powder.
Yeah, I don't know how much difference there would be in gelatin. Now, gelatin is a natural product. They extract it out of bone, out of the bone and cartilage, I think.
Gritty as all get out.
And if I would imagine that there's a possibility that different gelatin could have different levels of protein in it.
Trying to think who owns Jello. Is it Kraft?
You put the pudding in the pot.
No, I'm not sure. It was gritty. Yeah, it could be. It could have something to do with it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jello is former racehorses. Gelatin is old nags.
No.
Yeah.
Gelatin is the stuff that sticks at the bottom. That sticks in the bottom of the bag they use to make Jello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that with different. Clover, the grittiness in there might have actually been the flavorant that they've added to it. Because what the heck was it? A store brand like Flavor Right or Favorite brand or whatever type Jello for making, that Jello cake and that and
Flavor Flav.
Yeah, that stuff can get a little grittier or be a little different than name brand Jello.
It could too. It could also be if it's not I don't know if this would have anything to do with it or not. I don't know. I'm just guessing here, but like the amount that the Jello is ground, like if it's ground finer versus larger particles, it could maybe make a difference if you're using it in a recipe.
It was not.
Oh, he just said
as fine
he
a
said
powder.
there's a lot of extra ingredients in the generic, and it was not as fine a powder. So there, yeah, that might have something to do with it.
Yeah, maybe with the generics, you got to do a little bit more prep time or have it. I don't know. Well, you can't get it hotter than boiling because it sublimates.
Well,
so it stays
no,
with that.
right, but sometimes it takes longer for it to. It would take longer for it. It's called blooming
Mhm.
when you put gelatin in warm water and let it sort of start to absorb in there. It must be Jello because pudding don't jiggle like that. You know it.
Oh, right. How much alcohol you put in the Jello? You do not put alcohol in Jello cake.
What? Why not?
Causes it denatures the frosting, so it actually ends up sliding off.
You don't put it.
Roofies in Jello, like Bill Cosby.
No. You put alcohol in Jello shots or in Jello you eat out of the bowl, not in Jello cake.
I just put my face in it and blow.
Blah 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 blah.
Now, you see, Moo, that's how
That's
you got
how-
that detached retina the first time.
You know, that one of these days we're one of these times Moo's gonna stop coming around and we're gonna see an obituary that he drowned in his in a Jello.
No. He's not going to drown in the Jello cake. What's going to happen is that 9x13 pan he's been using to make Jello cake all these years is going to slowly warp and shrink. So the next time he bashes his head into his Jello cake, his face is just going to get stuck in that pan, and he's going to be walking around. Hi guys, it's 2 Live Cake Pan.
Patriot says I don't either. I don't eat either, but I think the second X likes the Jello shots.
Most women like Jello shots because they.
And Gabriel said,
mask it.
"What is Jello cake? Jello cake is it's a cake that when you make the batter, you actually use gelatin in the batter. My aunt makes one with orange. It's like an orange Jello cake, and the Jello. I'm trying to find a good way to describe the texture of the cake. It's very moist and almost, I don't want to say sticky, but it's like.
We might be thinking 2 different types of Jello cake here.
Oh, really? Why? What would you?
Well, for the Jello cake we would make, we'd bake the cake like normal.
Mm-hmm.
We'd let it basically cool down a bit. Then you take your stick and fork and you basically stab the cake or perforate it, and then you pour the liquid Jello
Almost like a
over
tres
it.
leche.
I have no idea what that is.
Okay.
Yeah, you pour the liquid Jello over it, then you put it in the fridge so it sets like that. So the Jello soaks in and actually becomes like Jello mixed in with the cake.
Yeah.
And it's a cold dessert basically, and then you frost it.
Yeah, my aunt does one where you mix the Jello and stuff into the batter, and it just gives it this really interesting, cool texture that's like soft and not as dry and spongy as a regular cake.
Mm-hmm.
And then she does like this sort of cream cheese icing. It's really, really good. It's
Kind of like
it's
a buttercream
fucking awesome.
almost.
No, it's if you think about like a cream cheese icing on like a carrot cake, but softer, but more tender because it
doesn't get like that thin little layer on top of it, like solidifying, and then the little bit of goo underneath.
Right. It's really light and fluffy. Yeah. But yeah, yeah, she does it. I should get her to make that one of these days when we go up to camp or something. That's really good. Yep, that's what they did call the yum yum cake.
Yum yum cake.
You gotta give us the ham. You gotta give us the ham recipe first.
No, I'm not.
Now Patriot, are the people who make the yum yum cakes the same people who make the yum yum deviled eggs I find in the vending machine? There you go, Midnight. What's worse, gas station sushi or a vending machine deviled eggs? You have to eat one or the other.
Well, probably. Oh shit.
Botulism or
I don't know. probably the yeah. I don't know, boy. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Gas station sushi, or I would say gas station sushi probably, unless it's a gas station in Japan. Because
no, we're not flying your ass to Japan for this. You're going down to Allentown or down into Pittsburgh, some random ass gas station that we throw a dart at, and you have to pick: are you getting the vending machine deviled eggs or the sushi?
I think we're going to skip the sushi and go with the deviled egg, because I've seen there's vending machines that have egg salad sandwiches in them, for Christ's sake.
I know.
So I think a deviled egg could, if you vacuum sealed it, I think you'd be okay. I think you'd be okay for a couple of days.
How about you,
sushi?
I do the deviled egg because it's cooked.
That's true. There you go. Well, sushi can be cooked too. I mean, you could throw that stipulation in there too, that it's a cooked roll.
Technically, sushi is rice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you have to cook the rice.
You're thinking sashimi, raw fish. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You see, Patriot, that's why you went blind. You just had to eat that squid you found on the bathroom floor in Thailand at 7-Eleven.
Street squid.
No,
squid.
It's 7-Eleven squid.
Is that's they should open up a place in Oklahoma that sells street gas station squid and street fudge.
That's got a ring to it.
Gas station street, yeah.
Well, let's see if we can get in contact with Ray and see if she knows any places where that will be likely to sell. Hey, Ray, yeah, where's like the biggest suckers or people who are high enough to eat sushi squid in Tulsa?
Gas station squid. Gas station calamari if you want to charge an extra couple of bucks, because calamari sounds nicer than squid. Winchester announces 2021 price increase on ammunition and reloading supplies. Fairly large increase to all Winchester ammunition customers. Thank you for your commitment to Winchester and Browning Ammunition in support of our legendary products. Due to the increased cost inputs for manufacturing ammunition, it is necessary to increase ammunition prices for all shipments, including back orders, beginning May 1st. Ooh, even back orders. They're not even going to go with old pricing for back ordered stuff. May 1st, 2021, ammunition will be subject to the following price increases. Shot shells, 5 to 12%. 22 Magnum rimfire, 5 to 15%. Hunting rifle ammunition, 5 to 15%. All center fire pistol ammunition, up 8%. Components, 10%. Primers, 25%. Due to our current backorder situation until further notice, Winchester is not accepting new orders on primers. These will affect all pack sizes, sub-brands, and special makeup. So that's across the board. Sincerely, Matt Campbell, Vice President, Kiss My Ass Sales and Marketing. Get bent. Sorry about your luck. I hope you don't need any guns or ammo. And there's the letter again. I don't know why I felt the need to put it there twice, but
one is the actual proof that yes, this is the actual letter, and here's for you with bad eyesight.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, costs are going up. That and the fact that
January
primers
5th. Yeah. Unobtainium. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bummer. It just sucks to see it in writing,
Dirty dishwasher dogs.
Dirty dishwasher.
Look, if you're cooking your hot dogs in your dishwasher, you're not doing it right. And if you are, you don't stab them on the spindles. You just let them float. Say no to street meat. Make me.
That's not, I was going to say that not all street meat, I hope. New Remington ammunition website. I didn't even look at this. I don't know if this is worth looking at or not. Lanoke, Arkansas. Oh, it's Arkansas.
Arkansas.
March 24th, Remington Ammunition has launched a new website at remington.com. What is this garbage? Get out of here.
Go on, get.
Jenna Remington is from Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Our redesigned site with new content, details product information, easy shoppability that will allow Big Green fans to see Remington ammo in a new light, said Joel Hodgson. Joel Hodgson. I wonder if he's anything to do with Hodgson powders. I wonder if he's like a relative of the reloading. It would make sense, I guess. He's working for Remington. Remington Ammunition Marketing Director. We want everyone who pulls the trigger to learn about our products and find out everything they need to know about Remington ammo. Blah, 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 blah. And I guess there's nothing really interesting about this. I thought it was going to be like something cool and interactive and fun, but it's not.
I mean, how interactive does it need to be to learn that a box of Remington green and white box 357 Magnum 125 grain jacketed hollow points goes 1450 feet per second out of a 6-inch Ruger SP-101?
That's right. They should just put Paul Harrell in there in one of those chat comment things where you can just go in there and text chat with Paul Harrell and he can tell you everything you need to know. We used to pressure steam. We used to pressure steam whole salmon, which is pretty much put in a dishwasher. Yeah, we used to. Years ago, people were doing that all over the place. They were putting like salmon in like Ziplocs and almost using their dishwasher to like sous vide it. I never tried it, but thought it was kind of fun.
I'm sure Mia would be thrilled to find out why there's floating chunklets of salmon stuck to the side of the dishwasher. And on the outside,
I blew all that money on the sous vide machine.
Yeah, you didn't need to. You just throw your fish in a Ziploc bag, throw it in your dishwasher, and cycle that sumbitch. You'd be all right. Newark Outcast says, "Pull the trigger and hear click with the golden duds." he gets so mad about Remington 22. It's always every time you bring up 22 ammo and Remington 22, Rob gets all sandy. His butthole gets all sandy.
Rob, that is not a reflection on Remington rimfire ammunition. It's the simple fact that you told someone at Remington to go pound sand about 30 years ago, and they've been secretly screwing with your rimfire ammo.
Come on, ice cream.
77-year-old ammo box message. I don't know how you pronounce that. Utah. Tooele, Utah. A 77-year-old ammunition box used in World War II was found in Thule, and it had some choice words for Adolf Hitler. The Thule Army Depot tweeted out a box of ammunition containing 50 caliber bullets with the message, May the contents of this box of dude, what the fuck? May the contents of this box, I think there's an extra of in there. Good writing, buddy. Nice job. May the contents of this box blow the shit out of Hitler. Sent out the tweet explaining the find. Sorry for the salty language, but when that message was scribbled inside the box of 50 caliber rounds 77 years ago, we were a nation at war. The DeMille Furnace crew found the message while destroying rounds from World War II. We are eager to... What the hell are they doing to store... That's... What? Why were they destroying rounds from World War II?
It's government. Don't think about it. It's government. It's government.
But
go get your birch beer. Go get your birch beer.
But the Remingtons...
It's pronounced
Tuella. I don't care. It's pronounced assholes because they're destroying ammo.
It's a tool.
Asshole Utah.
Tuella. They're tools.
No, it's asshole Utah. That's where they're at. We are eager to see what else they find. Greatest generation hashtag. The asshole Army Depot said in a tweet. Public affairs officer for the asshole Army Depot. The ammunition box was produced in the Ogden Arsenal in 44. The depot was established in 42 and currently serves as a facility to store, demilitarize, and distribute ammunition to all 4 branches of the armed forces. The depot said in a tweet that they have set the box aside and plan on making it into a display. That's pretty neat. That's pretty cool. I like that.
There you go, Rob D, for the next project. Build me one of those and scratch that in the back.
Yeah. Yeah. Too bad this...
Some Remington rimfire in there.
Yeah. Too bad.
May the contents of
that,
this box forever piss off, Rob.
Yeah. Too bad that Sean, the writer, the writer of this article, didn't get the most important thing in the whole fucking article correct. Yeah.
Thought it was
the
Skylar.
Skylar. Thanks. Sorry, Skylar. Skylar's upset. Yeah, sorry, Skylar.
Oh, did your retainer pop out again?
Did you? Yeah. Skylar was not impressed with my video or my music. He said my music sucks.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair,
Sorry,
it does
Skylar.
kind of suck.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it was trash. It was dumb. It was
What
the
kind
worst
of
video
trash?
ever.
It was trash, and it was made
was-
by a white guy, almost like you were some type of
Some kind of
Caucasian refuse.
Some kind of white trash tactical kind of guy. Crazy.
Live streaming has ended.
yeah.
I got a rock.
Let's see what we got here this week. Oh, the trees can't be harmed when the Lorax is armed. There's a cool T-shirt for you.
Boom.
I like it. That's some Dr. Seuss for you.
I'll clap your knees.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh, band.
yeah. I was like, oh fuck, we're screwed.
Something done. If you
Here, hold on. Let me.
You hold it near and
This was-
dear.
This was a really good one because I saw this in text, like people wrote out what he said, but I hadn't heard it until I actually came across this clip, and I was like, wow.
the best way to get something done, if you hold near and dear to you that you like to be able to. Anyway,
God damn.
Well, you can't even make fun of the guy worse than he actually does shit. Like that's horrible, man.
Terrible. That's terrible.
Dude, he's gonna fucking screw something up big time one of these days. And he's gonna say the wrong thing to somebody, or god damn it. How can you take him seriously?
Well, after 120 years in the Senate.
Yeah, old as shit. He's like 200 years old. This was a picture of his. This was funny. Joe Biden's staff put big circled numbers on his cheat sheet so he knew which reporters to call on, and he still got lost. And you see that he's got like notes and when to call on him and stuff like that. There's number 1, there's number 2, there's number 8, and you see number 9. Fucking crazy.
Well, no, you're that, or it was something that he's not. He's the type of person that can't walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. He either needs to be able to talk to the person or just read off the list.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the dude's 80, so.
Did you guys see this? That they invited Bill Clinton to speak at with
Women's rights or whatever.
a woman. Yeah, it's like a woman's empowerment seminar
Yeah.
with Kamala Harris. And Juanita Broderick's like, inviting Bill Clinton to speak on empowering women is like asking Jeffrey Dahmer to host a cooking class. They've caught a big backlash for that. Whose idea was that?
You're fired.
Well, you see,
I
just need to get out of the house. Hillary's even more of a crazy bitch now.
Is that my
Just
daughter's
read the
parking
money.
spot?
I
No, it's
can't
not back
remember.
then.
I can't remember who tagged me in this. I can't remember who it was. If it might have been Foss, but there's no license plate on it either. I don't know if somebody like stole it and did that or what the hell happened, but that's a son of a bitch right there.
No. Only way I can think is that they were driving on top of the drift, got stuck, said fuck it, and it drifted over.
Take the plate, they'll never know it was mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Breaking news. People are fucking stupid. A new study reveals that most people are dumb as shit.
Story at 11.
Yeah. Ooh, who anybody out in the chat
yeah.
remember these?
Oh, yeah.
Be like Mac.
Yeah. the old glass Gatorade bottles. If you're old enough to remember those, you're at least 40.
They made really
I
good
would say.
bitters for Kodiak.
Or you happen to have relatives who stocked up a bunch of stuff and forgot to check the back of the cabinet every once in a while.
Paige says, "Oh, sure, boy, oh, sure, boy, you guys are explaining this good." DJ Play Nice says, "We."
Crunch.
So the car, it was a van with no license plate that was stuck in a snowdrift.
Like
but
probably,
it literally
what,
was like
4 feet off the ground?
Yeah, but literally it was like, off the ground. Like it looks like somebody picked up a Matchbox car and stuffed it in a snowbank. It was crazy.
Yeah, and it looks
And
like
these are glass, the old glass Gatorade bottles.
Yeah, Patriot, if you ever went or remember like Planet Hollywood or whatever when that was freaking big and they'd have like a car stuck in the side of the building, think that, but a big ass drift of snow in a
Snowbank.
minivan.
Yeah.
Snow van.
I don't know what kind of dog this is, but look at that thing. I don't know if that's a Newfoundland.
Photoshop? No.
No, that's a fucking grown-up ass dog, man.
It's so fluffy.
Yeah. Dude, that fucking dog is as big as that guy is. That's huge. Looks like a big baby, too. He's just like, what the hell's going on, man?
Oh.
Came home today to this, and I only own the dog. The guy came. It's a picture of a dog on the front porch laying down with a deer laying down, a button buck laying down beside it, and then a cat behind the dog. And he's
the cat's just like, "What the fuck are you doing here, human?"
Yeah,
the cat's guarding the door.
This is my
like,
house
hey,
now.
These are my bitches. Get lost.
Always hike with someone in worse shape than you. There's bears out there, you know.
Fact.
DJ Play Nice says gator gum. You could barely chew it without douching yourself with drool.
Oh, it's like that freaking quench gum.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and it was always in a big bucket right at the checkout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When she says she likes bad boys, me, Brendan Cheney, admits he threw a pine cone. You're busted, kid. You're busted.
How dare you?
Dun,
throw
dun.
a pine cone.
There are starving children in... Oh, never mind.
Uganda.
This will probably be my last porn video I watch because Hurricane Florence is flooding my house right now. I like some of the comments are good. I wonder how he was doing. He died doing what he loved. What are you doing, Step Hurricane? Good night, sweet prince.
Just one.
Oh, did you see this?
Yes.
This goddamn this cargo boat stuck in the Suez? That's still there, right? They haven't gotten that out yet?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Did you see the meme where it's Austin Powers sideways in that little corridor with the little cart that you can't turn around?
You mean, hey, where'd it go? I thought I saved that. Yeah, I had that.
Oh.
I don't know where it went. I thought I saved that one. Yeah, I guess I didn't.
It was funny.
Mm-hmm.
I like this one is 100% true. After turning 35, men must make a decision: either get really into World War II history or really into smoking various meats.
You know you can do both.
No, my wife and I have a bet whether or not you're going to play this next one.
This one?
Yeah.
With the sound?
You got to turn the sound on. You got to wait for the end.
Yeah. It actually sounds kind of neat.
All right, now for
Okay,
Patriot who needs everything explained to him,
Yeah.
there's
It's
this
a dude
person in
playing-
glasses
Yeah, and a non-discriminate, a non-gender specific person.
playing an acoustic guitar with a sex toy that's got the little clitoris tickler on it.
Yeah. And Moose Moose sent me this, and he said, "Watch for more giveaways on the Midnight Range TM channel." Tell your mom thanks for collaborating on his video. What my neighbor sees as I emerge from my house once a week to get a delivery,
Oh,
it's Gollum
so
holding a
so
couple of
true.
Amazon packages. Yeah.
So true.
Mm-hmm.
Can you pick up a card on your way home? My coworker's husband just got deported. Adios. The
Fuck is wrong with you? He's from Canada, you asshole.
Yeah. This dude's a stud. This dude
Manga.
deserves. Yeah, this dude deserves to get. This dude deserves a BJ or something.
All right, Mo.
Check this shit out.
Steven Seagal.
Yeah, but better.
Fuck you!
Did you hear his buddy yell? His buddy's like, "Fuck you!"
He karate chopped a block out of the middle of a Jenga.
Like
Yeah.
a big ass Jenga tower.
Like one of the giant Jenga ones. Yeah, that
Like
are
a
like
ball.
huge. Showing up to school after a doctor's appointment. That's Moo. That's Moo back when he was a kid.
Yeah, and you know he freaking asked to see the manager because he wanted the special McDonald's or
That's right.
toy.
That's right.
McKid's meal pack.
Ooh,
You know?
ooh. Two Live Moo,
What?
you need one of these. You need one of these. No shit. This
We
is
all
awesome.
need one of these.
An octagon grilling table that lets everyone cook their own meals. It's like that's how cool is that thing?
It's cool until somebody tells the kids not to touch the grate and they touch the grate.
Yeah, well,
Then you get your
should
ass
have
sued.
smarter kids. You should have smarter kids.
Maybe you should have smarter sperm.
Yeah.
That makes
Jacob
no fucking
Blake.
sense.
Jacob Blake is suing the police officer who paralyzed him because he did the things he did.
Okay. Oh, Moo's grade school picture.
Yeah.
And a lot of you still think I meant what I said when I ran, and a lot of you still think I'm wrong, and I respect that. So I'm running for 3 reasons: to restore the soul, dignity, honor, honesty, transparency to the American political system.
But we haven't seen the facilities in which children are packed together to really give the American people a chance to see that. Will you commit to transparency on this issue?
I will
Mr.
commit to transparency, and as soon as I am in a position to be able to implement what we're doing right now. And one of the reasons I haven't gone down, all my chief folks have gone down, is I don't want to become the issue. I don't want to be, bringing all the Secret Service and everybody with me to get in the way. So this is being set up, and you'll have full access to everything once we get this thing moving.
And just to be clear, how soon will that be, Mr. President?
I don't know, to be clear. I meant what I said.
I don't know, to be clear. I don't know.
Aw.
He's good at non-answers. He likes non-answers.
I mean, he is a politician.
Yeah. Stephen King's super anti-gun, if you didn't know. Big time.
And we don't care. It's just some dipshit from the Northeast with millions of dollars.
I love this thing.
Oh, this is kind of neat.
Pizza press?
Yeah, no, It's a dough baller.
Oh,
Yeah, it's super cool. It's neat, isn't it? I don't know. It's just I've seen them before. I just saved it because it was kind of cool. Look how old the machine is too.
well, of course. Old
That's
iron
like
like that.
Yeah, like an old R2D2.
Sunbeam, I think is what. Is that what's
Maybe.
on top?
Yeah. These are funny.
Softball is so much harder than softball. Okay, go grab that helmet. Grab the plate. Let me pitch to you.
Gone forever, Aaron Hernandez.
Baseball,
Gone forever. I actually watched a thing once where it was like a couple of, I don't know if they were like high school ball players, like not little league, but they were like freshmen in high school or even maybe a little bit. They might even been middle school, and they played against a college girls softball team, and they just destroyed them, just crushed them.
Did you ever see that where Jenny Finch, you know who she is?
Yeah, she was a beast.
She was pitching to pro baseball players and struck them out.
Yeah. Where that ball's coming from is so weird, man. And the way it moves. I'm not saying softball's not a tough sport or anything like that, but
It's sports. It's all sports ball. So
Barf.
So this is what the hell happens when you get Rob D. Out there in the woods.
Chasing after the
Gotta get a little mud on the tires.
And
Jesus.
Ow.
Oh, he runs away. He runs away.
dude, he fucking launched himself like 20 feet off of that thing, man.
Shit.
That's not him running. That's
No,
a dude.
that's somebody else. He ran away from him.
He flew past that guy.
Oh, yeah, I got it now.
Yeah,
He's
he
dead.
just hammered. DJ Play Nice says, "Wee."
It was about this time that
He knew.
Darnell figured out he done fucked up.
I love it when they do that. It's like all kinds of songs, you know.
Oh, I like that too. It's so funny because when you're reading it, you totally hear it. It's really fun. This one, I was actually telling my wife about this one because we were talking about Biden being just such a mess, and I'm saying they had them ask him some question about Korea because I really think a lot of it is pre-planned questions, but.
So no, wait. The way that this
Overnight.
headline is phrased, softball is easier than baseball.
That's true. That's true.
We learned
Sorry.
that North Korea tested 2 ballistic missiles. What, if any, actions will you take, and what is your red line on North Korea?
Let me say,
And you know what? I just realized that's the same woman that asked him the other question too.
that number one, UN Resolution 1718 was violated by those particular missiles that were tested. Number one. We're consulting with our allies and partners, and there will be responses if they choose to escalate. We will respond accordingly. But I'm also prepared for some form of diplomacy, but it has to be conditioned upon the end result of denuclearization. So that's what we're doing right
Mr. President, overnight.
He read that whole goddamn thing.
Meh.
He read that whole goddamn thing, man. It's blows
He
my
tried
mind.
to read it.
Yeah. The trick is to tell her that you look like Christian Bale, but not tell her which performance.
Ugh. Even the vaginas is just creepy.
A Joker.
What about the Joker? Is that what you're calling
DJ
it
Play
now?
Nice says, "Oh no, numbers again. He's fucked straight away. Math be hards." So
Check out our
so-
shirt shop for the Math
When-
is Hard t-shirt.
So Vanessa Kitty put some pictures up of the Oscar Mayer
Wienermobile.
Wienermobile. And then she
Relish
also
me.
put up a picture of the Planters
Yep.
like mobile. And I was about to make a joke about it being the Nutmobile. Haha. But it's actually painted on the side, the Nutmobile.
And that's for you.
They beat me to it, basically. They
Well, they
beat
didn't
me
want
to
you
it.
calling it the Nuttermobile
I
or the
guess.
Nuttingmobile.
Ooh, check this shit out.
Oh,
yeah. Take that, bitch.
Yeah. Dude, he's all like trying to check her out. Look, she's lucky when she ran, he didn't chase her. Ghost says they beat him to it. Yeah. How scary would that? Dude, I'd be freaking terrified that thing was just going to start ripping chunks out of me.
Well, bears do
Well,
like
I mean,
fish.
she is wearing booty shorts and
lucky.
tank top. Who wouldn't want to check that out?
So I don't know if you saw the headline. It was just a headline of this girl in Miami that was basically kind of date raped, I guess you could call it that. She was drugged and sexually assaulted. But earlier on in the day, she was getting her picture taken by a friend, and the two dudes that did it were behind her. How fucking creepy is that? Like, they must have been following her for a while, and she didn't even realize it, you know? Fucking scary. That's creepy, man.
So, Elise, because he's gone so long without holding a formal press conference, I assume that there is a lot riding on this one. Do we know how he is preparing for it?
Well, the president has reportedly been studying for days, even holding informal sessions with his team, trying to get prepared for this press conference. As you mentioned, this is a long time coming, and we've heard from President Biden, but it's been in a formal speech with a teleprompter and a singular message. This is the first time he is addressing the nation as president.
Bullshit. He didn't address nothing. He just answered the questions that were given to him.
As reporters fire questions.
Softball.
So,
question.
Elise, because
Yeah.
Which is harder than baseball questions.
Barf.
Sports ball.
Yeah, here's Dan Crenshaw. Media, when will we have access to the facilities at the border? Biden, I'm committed to transparency. So you're going to give us access to the facilities with thousands of kids crammed together? Not yet, but I'm committed to transparency. When? I don't know. I don't know.
Nah, I don't know.
No.
Say about the only valid thing in there with him saying I don't want it to be about me or that is, yes, anytime the president goes someplace for a week beforehand, it fucks everything up. For just the fact that
I don't want my
Secret Service has to be there
in
and
the
all
way.
Yeah. Oh, this guy. And no, this isn't me on a Friday night when
I was just going to ask.
one of my cooks calls off and the dishwasher says he don't want to be a dishwasher no more. God damn it, you rotten sons of bitches. I'm fucking leaving. I'm out of here. You cook this shit yourself.
I wanted him over easy.
Yeah.
Hey, I wanted the yolks to be solid and the white to be runny. What the hell?
This is me finishing off a steak that somebody wanted medium rare but not bloody. God damn it! What's this idiot talking about? That doesn't even make sense.
Well, if you do like the dry aging, even more on the rare side of medium rare, it's not pink or bloody anymore.
Our founding fathers had a lot of foresight, but unfortunately, they didn't account for a situation where every single elected representative is a stupid piece of shit. Well, we talked about this. Kamala Harris to hold discussion on Bill Clinton on empowering women and girls, igniting criticism.
Oh, what did Johnny B say?
He said, "Yes, this is real. Yes, Democrats are this removed from reality."
And Bill Clinton's a rapist.
Yeah.
Nice.
Was to say the work will not be easy, but it is important work. It is work that we demand and the people of our countries, I believe, need to help stem the tide that we have seen. So thank you, Mr. President, for your confidence.
Well, thank you for willing to do it. Now we're going to get down to business here, and Ron, who am I turning this over to?
Well, thank you very much, Mr. President. I think it's time for our friends in the press to leave, though. Thank you.
Was to say the work will not.
Kamala's got to say her piece, and he's like, all right, now what are we doing now? He is pretty much the way they used to make fun of Reagan is pretty much how he acts. What's going on around here?
He's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm the most powerful person in the world. I just don't care anymore.
VP Harris will now be leading the administration's efforts at the southern border and with Mexico and the northern triangle countries. White House says she'll be focusing on stemming the flow of irregular migrants to the U.S. Does that mean they're not pooping, or what's the matter with that? What's going on?
Oh, they mean that they're going to be adding extra high fiber grains and stuff to the little bags of rations they hand out.
Yeah.
Blue cheese makes your poop hurt.
They're irregular migrants.
This is a square. Can you guess which spot that goes in? That's right. It goes in the square hole. And how about this rectangle? That one, that goes in there too. Up next, we've got this thin rectangle. Can you guess where that goes? That's right. It goes in the square hole. And up next, a cylinder. I think that goes in the square hole. Now, we've also got this semicircle right here. Do you see a slot that would fit the semicircle?
Square hole.
It's the square hole. This is a square.
Epic.
The downstairs neighbor just installed a stripper pole. What is the best way to deal with this? Screws sticking up out of the goddamn floor.
Hook a car battery to it.
Yeah, I like that one. Hook a car battery to it. Yeah.
Wait until it's flexing and then take a hammer to it.
The tiny men who work on my fence are back. OMG, how cute.
Well, maybe if you didn't leave all those freaking burnt out propane cylinders.
Yeah, I was going to say it's
Break time.
break time.
The tiny men who...
Can I buy some weed from you? Because clearly you're high.
Yeah. Grandma, oh, you're beginning to look so much like your dad. My dad, me, mom's special friend.
Whoops-a-doodle.
Oopsies. Sometimes I text my wife the motivational quotes from her tampons when she has her period to try and cheer her up. Live fearlessly. I swear to God, go fuck yourself. Be unstoppable. Walk like a champion. Okay. Who do you want to hang out with more? Robert Brownie Jr., Danny DeVito, Nicolas Cage, or Brad Pitt? Danny DeVito seems like an alright guy to me.
Probably Brownie Jr. He's seen some fucked up shit and done some fucked up shit.
Yeah,
that'd be a pot brownie.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy literally stopped committing suicide because of a shitty burger.
Jesus.
Shoshblade Kalupus. Jesus, who the hell? Who thought that was a good idea?
The dollar store just needs to stop.
I saw this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty cool.
Infinity.
Ornate.
Oh,
Wait.
Oh, you know what he's making now. I know what he's making now. Hey, you better not do it.
Oh, he's making some balls.
Oh, he's doing it. No way.
Right out, he's so effed up.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He did do it.
He did?
He did.
If Two Live Moo had a plane.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I had a plane, I'd have been a boss and went back through and put the squirts out the front.
Patient. So what do I have, doctor? You have Alzheimer's. Patient. I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Oh. Ow.
Man perfects KFC recipe at home after trying for 18 months. He is too dangerous to be left alive. I actually saw a good meme. It wasn't a meme. It was a kid, a young guy at a gun rally holding a sign that said, "I don't remember hearing anybody blaming the lightsaber when Anakin killed the younglings." As far as don't blame the gun.
Too soon.
Younglings.
I think we watched this back. I think we watched this before, but it popped up again.
Get out of the truck, little lady.
No, I'm good.
See, because you know you lose.
How do I lose?
Because I will beat your f***ing dick into the ground all day long. That's kind of gay, isn't it? I will beat your dick. This dick of the week.
Man, Sammy Hagar has really gone downhill.
Yeah, the Red Rocker looks like shit.
Let himself
I
go.
will beat your fucking dick into the ground all day long.
Cabo
That's
wabo.
kind of gay, isn't it? I will beat your dick.
As he realized.
Yeah. He shouldn't have stopped. He just could. It made it so much worse when he stopped. I will beat your dick. Did you guys get your white privilege cards in the mail? I don't know if you.
No.
Huh? Bummer.
Major bummer.
I don't know why that's so funny to me, but it is.
That is funny.
It's creative, I'll give you that.
Tell me the truth. I'm ready to hear it. I lost another AR pistol grip spring, D10 spring. Oh, so sad. DJ Play Nice says cock wobble. Wow.
Cockle wobble.
Cockle wobble.
Wobble wobble. Ass cake.
What are you gonna eat?
Ass. Where's Jumpy?
Yeah, we looked at this guy's page last week. It says, "How do you know she's a keeper?"
She eats ass.
Tony Simon did this one. He says, "I'm seeing these statements often. Why does anyone need an AR-15? Why does anyone need to carry a firearm? 3, Black Lives Matter. The racist government is responsible for the murder of black men. 4, mass shootings have Americans living in fear. Answer, I have 1 and 2 to stop 3 and 4.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well said, Tony.
Starring lazy ass line cook, where they can't find anything. The walk-in.
Bum, bum.
Oh, here you go. Kid, did they have scary movies when you were a kid? Me. We had scary everything when I was a kid.
I'm not seeing McMoon in that.
Look at the fucking Hamburglar, especially in this picture. Or, yeah, the Hamburglar. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yet
It
the
looks
scariest
like,
one is Grimace.
He looks like, yeah, Grimace is just stoned.
No, Grimace is just looking down at those little French fry monsters saying, yeah, I'm going to eat those motherfuckers.
The Hamburglar looks like that puppet from Puppet Master that had the drill on his head or something. Horrible.
So am I the only one who finds it disturbing that only the hamburgers are the ones that are in positions of power?
Mm-hmm. When the prostitute in Thailand tells me how great I was in bed. Thanks, man.
I really needed that little pick-me-up to start my day.
And it's not too buku.
Jen Psaki playing morning round of dodgeball to prepare for press conference. Yeah. We're going to circle back around on that one. I'll circle back around on that
Ain't
one.
no circle back, girl.
Here you go.
MILF Plaza.
Bro, stop the fucking car. MILF Plaza.
Hey, Leonardo DiCaprio has left the chat.
My cat has been ramming his head into my boobs a lot lately, and I've read stories about how pets sometimes warn their owners of cancerous tumors using the same method. So I went to the doctor and got checked and found out that my cat is just a pervert.
I mean, if you can get away with it, why not?
And is liked by Johnny B.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That ain't your friend for letting you do your hair like that. First of all, this is the bang. Is she doing like this? I'm praying for y'all. This, look, at the end of the motherfucking day, I'm gonna do my. That ain't your
I'm gonna do mine. I'm gonna do mine.
Shit, yeah,
I'm
she
gonna do
didn't know what
mine. Now, was I the only one waiting for the other gal to be still screwing with it and it just all pops right off?
Yeah. Anyone else having trouble with bears doing drug deals in their backyards? Just kindly ask them to leave.
Drug deals? No.
What's this? I miss the days when my husband spent time with his work wife and I got a break.
Awkward.
I saw this. This picture came up not because of the gun, but because something to do with Tommy Hearns. What gun is that? It looks like an old AR, it looks like a 308, right? Because it's a big mag.
Big magazine, yeah.
But look at the shortness of the barrel.
I'm going to say it's probably some type of prop.
Yeah, maybe. I didn't know if it was that or if it was some kind of weird. I don't know.
Because I mean, look at how small the carry handle looks, top to bottom.
Well, the carry handle, and the the grip are the only things that look normal to me. Honestly, everything else looks like it. That short barrel, it almost looks like it has a flat, like a flash can on the end of it, which doesn't make
big.
it, and then that mag looks super weird too. So I don't know. Maybe it is a prop.
December
I just thought
1980. Is that what it says up on top?
Yeah.
Oh, nice suit.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought that was super weird. Like it just caught my attention. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" Triangle handguards and the carry handle.
Mag, yeah.
Yeah, that mag looks like it should have a 308s in it or something. I don't know.
Or it could be one of those early attempts at a 12 gauge. Who knows?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess. How are unicorns fake but giraffes are real? Like, what's more believable, a horse with a horn or a leopard moose camel with a 40-foot neck?
Yes.
I like this. Instead of suggested friends, social media should have mutually blocked feature to bring people together. I hate that motherfucker too.
Block.
Hatred is a great unifier. It's the comment.
Yeah. How do you sleep at night knowing people don't like you? Without underwear, in case they'd like to kiss my ass.
And we sometimes enjoy the breeze.
No, he does like his.
Ooh,
this is some horse shit. So, in Atlanta, when the spa shootings happened, the man who survived the Atlanta spa shooting said he was detained by Cherokee County sheriffs for hours while his wife was dying from her injuries. Mario, she was shot, and they didn't believe that he was married to her. They were both in the spa together, handcuffed after. Officers assumed he was involved in the shooting at a Young's Asian Massage on Tuesday as he was detained by officers. He says that they didn't believe him, that he was the husband of Delana Ashley Young because she was white, and saw him exiting out the spa in the aftermath of the shooting. The couple was receiving massages in separate rooms. It's fucking sad. I want to know if she's alive or dead. They ignored me. They had me on patrol the entire time they investigated until the last minute. They gave me the news that my wife had passed away. That fucking sucks. Tomato butterflies. You can make these moo next time you do something.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
No.
Just cut them a little bit that way, and you do a little bit of this there, a little of that action, and then bam, butterflies.
Ba-bam, son.
Imagine getting mugged to only get a police egg to tell you to piss off, then roll away singing Highway to Hell. Feature is now. Police robot told a woman to go away after she tried to report crime, then sang a song.
Somebody was having fun.
The future is now.
Hell, that's funny.
Car tip number 36. Before an oil change, drain out all the old oil by giving the car a good, firm squeeze.
Checks
That
out.
used to be a car. Yeah, it used to be a car until it got all smashed up there. Yeah.
Well, now it's an inverse Wienermobile.
True story.
We're on the internet. The hell happened to that dog?
I don't know what this is. I don't know what that is. Oh, this guy. So this thing. I don't know where my. Fuck! I wish I could find my comment. I left a real funny comment on this. I can't remember what the hell it was. And so this is like a little self-propelled, like
water thing,
propeller thing that you wear. Like, could you put it in a worse spot? I mean, at this point, it's just a dick chopper, right?
No, it's a dick cooler. If you had it underneath or like on your legs or between your legs, it'd be a dick chopper.
At home circumcision kit.
Yeah.
Ooh. Nice.
Yeah, good luck with that. So, if you're feeling it all, like, not a great dad, at least you're not this guy, who a piece of shit carried his 2-year-old daughter into an elephant exhibit in the San Diego Zoo for a selfie. And then he dropped her. He dropped her. Oops.
You can have her.
Oops. Sorry, kid. Child endangerment. What a piece of whitetrash tactical. What an idiot.
No.
What the fuck are you thinking, man? Holy crap. Could you imagine doing that? Who the fuck would do that?
Well, no, I can imagine picking up the kid, kicking him in the balls, and throwing him back in the enclosure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't even like kids.
Ghost Hunter films proof that ghosts exist. His camera. How about I save it in 144p?
Oh my gosh, I'm about to bust.
God damn, boy.
Spit on it.
Bro.
Oh my gosh, I'm about to bust.
God damn, boy.
Spit on it.
Bro.
I'm going to say that is well done. Well done.
Oh, this is neat.
Later, DJ.
That's just neat to see. I don't know. I like watching this kind of shit. That one at the end is really cool. See you, DJ. See you, buddy. Thanks.
Later, DJ. Donkey Kong is so much fun.
Yeah. I totally feel this way too. We ranked every Grateful Dead album and they all came in last.
Oh, and DJ left.
Fucking jam bands. Oh, John Brown says it was a toy that they sold in the 60s and 70s. John Wayne smashed one against a tree in Green Berets. So that's what that rifle was. Very cool. Thank you, buddy.
Something new each day.
We talked about this a little bit. Georgia sheriff removed his spokesperson from day spa shooting case after claiming the suspect had a bad day. That dude got a bad rap.
Day.
That dude caught a bad rap for sure. For people misconstrued that to push their own agenda and say that cop was trying to justify what that guy did, or saying, everybody's like, well, I had a bad day today too, and I didn't shoot anybody. I had a bad day and I didn't kill anybody. That's not what he was fucking saying at all. And anybody that says that is either lying or willfully ignorant about what that officer said. It's not fair, the shit that he caught for that. He said the dude had mental issues he was having, and he had an especially bad day that day, and he went out and did this. There's nothing, he's not justifying anything that guy did by saying that. And this dude caught a bunch of shit and probably fucked up his career because of that, because people saying that he was trying to justify that.
Nerd.
He didn't. Bullshit. When you find ammo for a gun you don't have,
balls.
Just use this RPG here and then a little bow and arrow. It's actually Clover Tack right there. He's in the camo. You can't tell.
Mm-hmm.
Boing.
Brass balls or a jelly brain. You decide.
Yeah.
It's like the exploding arrow that Rambo used.
You're stopping to get some snacks on the way home from work.
Snacky.
Snacky s'mores.
Mr.
Some snacky
Nabs.
s'mores.
It was actually on Gizzard Gary's show today.
What? Oh yeah,
Mr.
that's
Knives
awesome.
Mr. Knives was in the chat, or actually on air.
He hung around for like a half an hour too.
I didn't get a chance to listen to it. I was down there bouncing my head off of shit and talking about spending.
Taking a pipe to the head.
Yeah,
Over mailboxes.
Yeah. Had a girl with him too. It's kidnapping.
Took him across state lines. That's
the man act. That's the man act.
Bank robber.
Bank robbing's baby shit compared to what this dude's been doing. See what we got here. What do we got? What do we got on my Instagrams? Oh, look.
Scaffolding.
Caucasian refuse scaffolding, huh? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I ain't, like I said, I ain't trying to flex or nothing, but I picked up a top tier, super tactical, custom gourmet holster for the Rough Rider last night. Jelly much, losers? Bam.
No, but I did have a jelly donut for breakfast.
Oh, okay.
At least I think it was jelly.
Dead horse is funny. As he said, Dead Horse said he commented. He said, "You can always count on an Uncle Mike's." I said, "It's cheaper than an Uncle Mike's." He said, "Blackhawk." I was like, "Way out of my league, man. I'm broke."
Even though they're, even though they're the exact same holster, just different branding.
Mm-hmm. This is a Wally World special. It was like $9.98 or $9.97, and it'll do the job. Always remember. So it's funny because when I wrote this, it cut the bottom off, so it's leaving you guessing. It's leaving you guessing here a little bit. It says my Rough Rider and a Walmart knockoff Uncle Mike's holster, so fancy. And then I always leave Patriot a nice little note here. I always talk to Patriot in my alt texts. Patriot shoots blanks. And if you want to join, if you got a little extra money and you want to join my oily fans, some people do only fans. I'm doing oily fans. So you pay me $5 and I'll send you a picture of something oily, like
your
oil
face
under your car, or some Hoppy's gun oil, or the oil slick out on a pond, or this kitchen disaster. He got oil, or this movie that I found is written in Japanese. It's called The Oily Maniac. I don't know who that is. That could be Fine Ape.
The Oily Maniac.
Yeah. And then, but viewer discretion is advised. The oily thing could be the gun snob in a Fabio pose. So you might get him all oiled up.
Oh, ow. That hurts my teeth. That hurts my soul. That hurts my eyes.
He's looking pretty ripped there. I got to say, he's looking pretty ripped.
He is a gentle rogue.
He's looking good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know who that I don't know who that chick is, but I don't think that's Mr. Cunt. So he's probably got some. That's why he's so mad about this picture. He's like, "Oh shit, I got busted."
Busted, you in trouble.
Yep. Oh my! I forgot. I wrote a song. I wrote a song to roll call.
Uh-oh.
Because roll call was talking about collaborating on YouTube. So I wrote him a song. I said, "Stop, collaborate and listen." Ro is back at his whining and bitching something, pissing this dude off rightly, bitching on the interwebs daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Let's grab a PBR and turn on the show. To the extreme, he'll use his mic like a vandal, talking about gun rights, ammos, and scandals. White rice, baby.
White rice, baby.
As white as white rice, baby. This has been a Musical Pancakes Fart production.
Wait a minute. You have musical pancakes or musical farts made from pancakes?
They are musical pancake farts. So it's the pancake farts come out like sounding like music.
They're Jello pancakes.
Yes. Yeah.
Rich white baby.
Just in case you forgot about this one.
I gotta
You hit a mail truck. Sure you did. Sure you hit a mail truck. Good one.
Well, I thought that that car in the snowbank is where she parked.
My car's real fucked up, Dad. Yeah, okay. Good one. Thanks, Skylar.
Skylar.
Thanks a lot, Skylar. Your video is a joke. We came here to see the round in action, not listen to your shitty taste in music. Oh, that's so funny.
Wah, wah, wah.
And by the way, just because this picture kind of make you think, the video I did wasn't the one on the federal gold match versus the Tula. That's just a comment that was on my thing underneath this one. This was about the fake gun, the fake round that that we pretended to make, or we pretended to come across. It was a 50 BMG neck down to a 17. So he was he was mad that I didn't actually shoot one of the rounds that doesn't exist for real. Sorry, Skylar. Sorry about that.
And your music,
fuck Skylar. Fuck Skylar.
Mm-hmm.
And not in the way that he'd like.
That's what I say. Fuck him.
With the barbed wire wrapped Jello pop wrapped around the city bus shoved sideways.
Oh, that's not. What was that? What was the name of that one? That fucking.
Way moist.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Wet.
I was like wet something. Yeah. See if this guy has any. When your big ship gets stuck in a small canal, shit, it's so tight. The hell's going on here?
Selecting weapons.
Oh yeah. Sorry,
Welcome to the world of GTA 5, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm like, wow, this is really boring. Helicopter.
Yeah, what the hell? Yeah. Help me. Step ship, I'm stuck. Yeah, that sucks, man. They said there was, I forget how many cargo
ships
boxes are on that ship. And they said the next thing that they're probably going to have to do is somehow try and unload enough of those boxes to get the ship to float higher. Crazy. I forget how much money they said is being lost every day by them not being able to use it.
Millions.
It's like it's crazy. It was nuts.
They said that the Ever Given carries 20,000 of those containers.
20,000. Yeah.
And I'm like, that sounds like a lot. And then I clicked on other one and another one, and it says 20,000, 20,000.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Those container ships are no joke.
Well, when Ever Given was built, it was the biggest one at the time.
And yeah, so they said that they're not sure how they would even unload any of them, because they would have to get a crane out to it to then unload the cargo ships, or the cargo boxes, the Connex boxes. So how the fuck are you going to get a crane out there to do that? You mount a crane on a ship?
They have cranes on barges. Floating ships.
Yeah, they'd have
to
do it.
Floating ships. My God.
Yeah.
Or just get 5 gallons of gasoline.
Yeah, just sink the bitch, I guess. Sink the bitch and then drag it up.
All they got to do is just call Superman, and they can just take those connexes off the ship.
Holy shit, it's George.
George, do you have any idea how long the light leg between here and Krypton is? We'd be done by the time he got here.
I had the cops looking in car trunks for you, man.
Sorry, man.
No, you did
Sorry, I'm late.
One demerit.
Yeah.
You did not have cops looking in trunks for him. You had You had the cops looking at the Home Depot.
Mm-hmm.
Home Depot. I think he meant pizza shops.
That was same difference.
No, the racist chat was Rich White's chat earlier. Keep it.
What happened? What did they do now?
Oh, we were straddling the line of PC the whole time. Maybe not straddle.
Were you pole vault? Were you going, I'm over the line, I'm not over the line, I'm over the line, I'm not over the line?
Not me.
Not you? With somebody else?
Not you. And then going, wee.
Who can't even see the goddamn line where he's at? It's so far away.
I snorted the line.
Ooh.
You would.
I would. But it'd probably kill me now.
Well, whatever doesn't kill you makes you funner.
Makes you funner.
There you go. There you go. Wyoming permitless carry strengthening legislation passed out of the Senate. There is some pro-gun shit out there, but
what did you guys talk about today?
Everything.
I think they're more worried about. Yeah, I think they're more worried about getting rid of anything, so they don't have to worry about you being able to carry anything. You can carry whatever you want, but there's nothing legal to carry anymore.
Man, it sucks.
What's going on with you, buddy? Anything new?
I just got some bad news today. I got a friend of mine, an ex co-worker, passed away.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Died of a stroke.
Mm.
I don't know how the heck happened, but it was a friend of mine who texted me about it. He texted me, "Hey, dude, I'm sorry about your friend Lewis, and I'm like, okay, I know like 4 Lewises, man. What are you talking about, dude?" Right. And he's like, "No, dude." And then he screenshot a message on Instagram, and it was my friend Louis and Louis Davila, and he was a ex co-worker and a friend of mine that worked with the company, and he was special needs. He was kind of like slow, but I mean, he was, he did the job. Mm-hmm. And what they call it, I don't know what could have happened. I talked to him about a couple of weeks before spring break. He was going to work spring break with this other company, and I said, "Okay, man, cool. Just be careful out there. Take care of yourself, and be all right." And when my friend texted me that message today, and I was like, "Dude, what are you talking about, dude?" And when he said, "Yeah, your friend Louis Davila," I said, "Dang, dude!" And I'm just like, can't believe it, man. So I've been like talking to people, all day, man. They've been calling me. I've been text messaging for people that I can't, reach on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, "Oh well, I'll go to his visitation on Tuesday and see what happens on the funeral, and then that's it, man. Give my goodbyes to him."
Yeah, it sucks, man. I mean,
especially when it's unexpected,
Strokes are weird, man. Like, people, you hear about people having the weirdest things, you know, and they throw like a blood clot or something, you know?
Yeah.
Like you hear every once in a while with people even just traveling, like if they fly on a plane or something like that, like crazy shit
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah. I knew a lady that was, she was in dialysis and she was going to go live in California with a family member because some family members that were with her were treating her bad or something, you know, they were doing all this stuff. So she was like happy about going to California. And then, I don't know, I want to say a couple weeks after she left, somebody had said, yeah, she ended up passing away. He goes, what? She goes, when she flew over there, something happened when she was in flight. Like she got like say embolism or something, you know, something.
Yeah.
She got something on her, you know, and she passed away a couple of days after she got there. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, man, just the shit that fucking goes on, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I know my friend,
Yeah.
he was diabetic, you know, he was taking medication for it and stuff, but he did drink, he did smoke, you know, I don't think he did drugs, but I mean, you know, that's what some of my friends were asking, do you know if he did drugs? I was like, dude, I don't know, man. I mean, I never seen him do drugs, you know, I hope not, you know, and, you know, strokes just fucking happen out of nowhere, man. I mean, they can come out of nowhere
Yeah,
and some people can survive them and some people don't.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, there's, it depends on where you're at too when something happens, because they can give you medications to help break those blood clots up. And if you're within, I forget how many minutes they say, if you have a stroke and within so many, whatever the time period is, if they give you something like that, I think they call them clot buster. They call it like that's a nickname.
TPA.
It's a nickname for it. Yeah. That within a certain amount of minutes, like your survivability of those or your ability to have it without lasting issues is really diminished. Like they're pretty awesome. But if you're far away from a hospital or something, you know, a lot of people it take them like 45 minutes or an hour to get to a hospital, you know, and it's just not enough time to, you know, to save you from that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true, man. Yeah, it's just shit that happens, man.
Mm-hmm.
How about you guys, man? How you guys have been doing?
Oh, just not bad. We had a good day yesterday. I took the little dude fishing. Man,
All right, cool.
he fucking slayed at the pond, man.
Nice.
Like, oh my god. We went earlier in the week and we took his little fishing rod. He had just like a little transformer rod or something. I forget what it is. You know, almost like when we were kids, we had the Snoopy rods or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was basically that. And he caught some fish. I think we ended up catching like 10 or like probably 10 sunfish. And we just could not he can cast it, but he can't cast real far. So we were going to get him I was going to get him a big rod so that way he could cast a little bit farther. So I bought him a 5 foot. It's just a 5 foot Shimano with a closed face reel and it's like a light action. So it's got a lot of movement to it, you know, cause I figured he would like that. And we went, and because the weather changed, the fish were farther away from shore. So I still had to cast for him, which he just couldn't get out to where they were biting. But I started casting for him and he got a couple of bites and he got a couple small sunfish or whatever. And then as the day went on and we started to hit evening, dude, those fish in that pond were just going crazy. We were just fishing with night crawlers and a big bobber, you know, and usually the bobbers kind of scare them off when they hit, like they splash and it kind of spooks them a little bit. Dude, these fish were going crazy. As soon as the bobber hit, like I would hand him the rod. By the time I handed him the rod, he was getting nibbles. Like it was just, you know. So the last time we were there, the fish were real close to the shore, and I could see the fish, And I was like, man, there's a smallmouth. I could see a smallmouth bass. So he was all amped up about catching a bass. He wanted to catch a bass. Like that was, he was getting upset because all we were catching, not upset, but he was like threw the rod down. He got all bent out of shape. And when, and then about an hour later, we're fishing and he's just pulling in sunfish like crazy. And I threw this bobber out and it just took off. And he got it about halfway to the shore and it jumped. And it was like a 13-inch smallmouth he hooked into. So we have this picture with him holding it and stuff. So we just he had a great day. It was really cool. And
that's awesome.
It was a monster. It was like a 13-inch smallmouth bass. It was fighting like crazy. So yeah, he was pretty burned out on fishing when we stayed, and then he didn't want to leave, and then he wanted to leave, and then we catch another one and he didn't want to leave. And we were there for like freaking, I don't know, like 3.5 hours or something like that. 4 hours almost. Yeah, he was so tired when we got home. We got home and I was like, well, you got to get in bed. We got to go jump in the bathtub. And he was like, he had hit the couch. And as soon as he hit the couch, he like slumped over. He was wiped out.
And he knocked out, right?
Yeah, he was wiped out for sure.
Too many birch beers.
Yeah, it was funny. But yeah, it was pretty cool.
Now you know, if you want to tire him out, take him fishing.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it was neat. It was neat to see him catch that big, that big fish that he was looking for. So that's cool.
That's cool. That's awesome.
But yeah, we were up at camp last week and we did that this week. So it's been nice being around, not having to go to work every day. I mean, I'm doing some work from home and stuff like that. I'm doing what I can, but there's it's funny. I actually took a picture of it the other day because I was sitting here on the computer doing some work. I was doing menus, which is frustrating because, it's just hard to, trying to fit everything on the page and doing all the margins. And it's just not always the easiest because I don't do that for a living. There's people that do that for a living and they're really fast at it, but I have issues. The Patriot said to let him go to sleep. No way. He was all fishy. He needed a bath. But I took this picture because I'll sit here doing work, and next thing you know, like one of the dogs runs up to me and starts scratching my leg and wants a treat. And then I look over, and all of a sudden I've got like dinosaurs all over my workstation because he'll come out and want to tell me about dinosaurs. And then I was like, okay, put your dinos away. And then 10 minutes later, there's a bunch of Godzilla toys over here. And I'm like, man, I'm not getting anything done over here. It's surrounded by toys and puppies and stuff like that all day. It's,
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize what working from home actually is until now that they've been doing it.
Yeah.
I've had a home office for years, and the family couldn't understand why, when they got home from their day, why is their dishes still in the sink?
Yeah.
The dog's out of water, whatever, the laundry's not done. I'm like, I'm freaking working. What are you talking about? Well,
yeah,
it's not like I was watching TV all day.
Yeah. I was watching reruns of Midnight Range closers.
Yeah, right. Well, there was, there's just been some. I mean, we're looking for. I'm doing research on plates, and I'm doing research on silverware and glassware, and equipment. Food processors and immersion blenders and all that shit. I go down these fucking rabbit holes of plateware. And it's just like, I did that the other day. I must have, for 2 hours straight, all I did was go bounce around for looking at plates and sizes and costs. And it's just like, eventually I just stood up and I was like, all right, I closed the laptop and I was like, God, my eyes are burning. My eyes are burning from staring at the screen. I went in and I was like, let's play some Mario. I was I need a break. It's driving me nuts.
Go to one screen to another.
Yeah, but at least I'm far away from it, And
yeah,
it just needed to get away from something so close to my eyes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Dude, today was horrible, man. The rain Dude, it pounded rain down all day today, on and off. It was super ugly.
Yeah.
It was just
Yeah,
just cut loose about an hour ago here. I heard it pounding down. Now it's stopped again, but like that all day.
We had snow flurries and high winds today.
What? No shit.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it was kind of dark here early this morning. I had ordered some barbacoa to be delivered, and
Ooh,
I had it
deep,
set to
deep.
go in from 9:30 to 10:30, and it come straight at 9:30. So I was already ready to woke up. I woke up so that way I can get it, from the porch and stuff. And I said, "Wow, it's dark. It's kind of dark for 9:30. It's daylight, but it's just like cloudy. Like it's gonna rain or something." Then about 10:30, 11, the wind started picking up.
Mm-hmm.
By I want to say 2:30, it started raining. So by like 9 o'clock, by 8:30, 9, it got cold outside. It got colder. I was like, "Whoa, a cold front came in, man."
Yeah.
It really came in.
It was kind of chilly today here. I mean, it was like the low 50s today, where yesterday, I mean, it was in the 70s. So it dropped it literally dropped like 20 degrees in 24 hours here. And we got we got a real bad rain today. Yeah, it's just been a little all over the place. And we got guys in our townhouses. They're redoing the roof. They're reshingling the roofs. So this last 3 or 4 days, they've been banging on the roofs and stuff like crazy. So 7 o'clock in the morning, you hear the guys up there pounding shingles, and it's like,
bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
Like, oh God, they're
I'll
up
tell
there
you what,
working.
man. These dudes are quick. I mean, I'm pretty. I mean, I take my hat off to them. Like, as I see them doing the other people's houses when the weather, like, we got bad weather, so they started and stopped a couple of days. But the other places, man, they knock those fuckers out quick. They really know what they're doing. I mean, they're good at what they do. And they're working from like 7 o'clock in the morning till it gets dark to try and knock it out. I mean, they're getting paid for the job, not by the hour, I'm sure. So they want to knock that shit out and get it done. But
yeah, that does happen a lot in other things. Like people that build fences and other things, any kind of construction type job, man. They do it as fast as they can so they can go to the next one.
Yeah, I
get paid.
I being way up there like that. I mean, our townhouses are pretty tall. A lot of them are like, basically it's 3 stories. So they're up on top of that roof, and I'm looking up there and I'm like, fuck that, man.
I wouldn't be up there.
That's a long way to fall, man.
Today would have been funny if it would have been like thunderstorms and stuff, and they'd be out there because watch that guy get hit by lightning and fall off the roof.
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes. There.
What freaks me out is when they climb the ladder like they're walking upstairs. Carrying like 2 bundles of shingles and not hanging on, and they just walk up it like it's nothing.
Yeah,
I know, right? Yeah, those are crazy, man.
Yeah, screw that, man.
That's crazy.
I don't like ladders. I don't like ladders to begin with. We know my thoughts on ladders. But
well, ever since you show those videos on Instagram, guys like go on ladders and fall, and I'm like, oh God, I don't want to get up a ladder anymore.
Yeah, it just creeps me out, man. I just get like a lump in my throat, and I don't know, like. It's the straight ladders are the worst because I just worry. I've used them when I've had to use them over the years, but like fucking A, man, I just am always worried one's gonna kick out from underneath me. I can't get it out of my head.
Well, my old house, it was 100 years old, so it had really bad. It didn't have ventilation in the attic, to keep the snow would melt and create ice dams.
Yeah,
so 24-inch extension ladder. I had to go up there and chip ice off all winter. You get up there and you're pulling snow with the roof rake on top of yourself, which makes the rungs all icy and slippery.
Yeah,
and you're up there trying to reach as far as you can to chip the ice off, and so it doesn't give you a flood in the house from the ice dam.
Yeah.
Shit. So
Yeah, screw that.
you're up there.
Did you ever see that?
You get the Jimmy leg going.
Yeah, like it's just like your leg starts to vibrate or whatever almost.
Yeah.
Hey, did you ever see that picture I posted on Instagram where they show these guys like shoveling snow off a roof, and they took like a big chunk off, and like if the guys that were working that roof were at least 6 feet tall, they still had 3 feet of snow above their head.
Wow.
So I mean, it was a lot of snow. Man. I was
Dang.
like, "Oh my gosh, man!" I mean, it freaks me out. And I'm like, "Thank God it doesn't snow like that here where I live." That's a lot of snow to take off a roof, man.
Well, you get that lake effect snow up there where it's like it just keeps coming and coming and coming. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, because you take that snow off, it goes through your roof, man. All that pressure.
Yeah, it's a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people don't think about it. Yeah, it's a shitload of weight.
That's why you've seen those houses in Alaska where their roofs are real pointy. You know, they have it's not like the usual, point of a house. It's like a dart. Pointy roof. So like when the snow hits the roof, it all just falls to the side. It doesn't stay on the roof. They're kind of weird looking houses, man.
I have to go back on Instagram. Ghost just tagged me in something. I think it's actually his Halloween costume that he wore last year. So I don't know what he's going to do this year, but this was last year's.
Oh, the Michael Myers one.
You dressed up as a pope.
Be careful, he's gonna spit.
It's like, hey, get out of the freaking parking way. So does that mean he's going to be a taco this year?
I guess. I don't know. You have to ask him.
He's gonna be a sandwich. He just needs a bun.
Dick.
Yep. Yeah, what's got a dick? I guess when he gets arrested, I guess the police report will just say, well, "What was the arresting offense?" He was being a dick.
I think that showed up on EDC's live chat.
Yeah.
He's like, he was being an asshole in the street. Well, I don't think he was really an asshole. I think he was more of a dick.
It doesn't look like any asshole I've ever seen. All right. One of the best Instagram pages. I don't see who it is.
Brown cardigan.
Brown cardigan. Ain't that some shit? Nice. Fucking speaking of assholes.
Yeah. Okay. Is there any words in that sentence?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa. Before and after, I guess. Right?
Oh my god.
Oof.
Never come back. Say it, John. Yeah. I'll see you when I buy this place and get rid of this fucking fat turd here. Yeah, right, you dickhead. Oh, me, dickhead, I'll tell my mother. Oh, you're wrong. Oh, jeez. Come like that to me.
Wow. They're funny in Australia.
Yeah, in Australia, man, their humor is crazy.
rain today, rain tomorrow, rain Friday, clear Saturday, rain Sunday.
Fuck.
What
You
the hell?
duck?
Yeah.
He skipped leg day. That's why he's tipping.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What? What the fuck? I don't know what the hell is going on there?
That's weird.
Honda, his poo hurts. People running from the accident.
Yeah, man, when you flip a car, you bet they bolted, man. Where the fuck do you think you're going?
Maybe they're
You know your
illegal.
cars. Yeah, probably. They have illegals in Australia? I don't know, probably. That's a long way to swim from Mexico.
Yeah. Well, they were OTMs, you know, other than Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
You're a singer, you're a model, you're a dancer, you're an actress, you're a songwriter.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a fair business card. Can you sing something for me? What have you got?
I can.
Oh, well, jeez. There we go.
Oh, no.
We could be heroes.
Ugh.
Ah.
Whoa.
We could be heroes.
Wow, that's brutal. Wow.
I don't even have a dog, and it was like howling in the room, you know.
I know, right? Fuck thy neighbor.
What's that say?
Fuck
thy neighbor.
I mean, if that's the kind of thing you're into.
Sports ball. Barf.
Barf.
Barf. Go, 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 go.
Idiot.
Camera on, mate.
I hope you broke your back, you dumb bastard.
Yeah, you all right, mate? Yeah, I'm doing good.
Right,
Took a
easy
fall
on.
there. I always like Australian slang, man. They're so funny when they talk.
This dude's license plate. Red
Oh,
SUV.
Great deal of history.
Red SUV.
Meanwhile, Vandalistica is cruising the streets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in his red SUV.
SUV.
What the
That's
hell?
funny. That's some crazy shit, man.
Making it easier to invoice the content.
You owe me $15.99.
Listen, for these billions.
Wait, have you
What
ever
about me?
have you ever seen UFOs around here?
I have not seen UFOs around here. What are UFOs doing around here? They're lost. I don't know where they came from. I don't...
He seems legit. I like that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Holy shit. Send it, bro. Send it. Crash.
Hey, Ma,
I'm surprised
SUV.
I'm surprised we didn't see a ball of flames come from over the other side.
Stop the camera before.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Yeah, let's drop
positive for COVID-19. The president made the announcement on Twitter.
The dancing casket guys.
Yeah.
Trump has already cancelled a rally scheduled for Friday in Florida, a key swing state.
I don't wear a mask like him. Every time you see him, he's got a mask. He could be speaking 200 positive.
Tested positive for COVID.
All right. I was waiting for something funny to happen, but
Yeah.
kind of didn't.
Australian humor.
I guess. Guess you had to be there. I guess you got to live there, kind of thing, huh?
Yeah, right. You have to live there to understand it.
Whoa, cool animals, critters.
Be free, my little friend.
You deserve it.
Free, my little
Yeah.
friend.
You hear the sound it makes? It's like,
Yeah.
Fuck your
Look,
brain.
buddy, I ain't your fucking friend, pal.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of those videos where the ball comes at the freaking camera and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
freaking duck.
Yeah.
Work your abs as you work.
There you go.
Lower.
Yeah. Nice. It's like a mullet. It's like a skullet.
Skullet.
When the electricity goes off while you're getting a haircut.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're done, mate. There's no more
There
power.
you go.
Centerpiece
Yes.
of the new restaurant.
Yeah. You gotta have that right out front.
The customer
Some
is
people
always
have a
wrong.
big golden Buddha. We got that.
Big
The
golden
real
thing.
Buddha.
Oh, you fucking idiot. Oh, you fucking idiot. Oh, you fucking idiot. Oh, you fucking idiot. Fucking idiot. Oh, idiot. Fucking idiot. Fucking idiot. Oh, you fucking
Those are always funny.
A Karen affair.
that could be a legit show, man, right there.
Yeah.
Out of all the Karens that are always on the net. Nice.
Snowy's going to have a 100
Oh.
sub giveaway.
This is going to end well.
Does he have a pink flamingo? I think he has a pink flamingo.
It's an airbag.
Where's his white trash scaffolding? He doesn't even have his white trash scaffolding there. Banzai!
Oh.
Wait, I hope you like
Out.
eating your own fucking kneecaps.
I'll give him a 6 for form.
You know what? I'm going to give him a 7.5. He landed square in the center of the table. It didn't fucking buck. It buckled perfectly and tossed his ass off.
This guy's comment: ACLs have left the chat.
Ugh. Bad landing. He's going to have to settle for the bronze.
Now, where he landed, he came pretty damn close to beating his head right in the freaking corner
Yeah,
of
he
that
didn't-
concrete.
He didn't stick the landing.
Oh no, he rolled. Never mind.
Yeah, it's a little barrel roll there.
My spleen.
Yeah. Think I tore my liver.
More beer.
My liver.
All right. let's call it a night here. It's the 2 a.m.s here over here. Just hit the 3 hour mark over here. Over here.
304, 306.
Mm-hmm.
Let's call it a night here. You guys have anything to plug?
Nah, she's sleeping.
Ooh, brown chicken, brown cow.
She's sleeping.
Which doesn't really matter, you know.
Yeah, if she doesn't know anyway.
I mean, you've been married so long, you should be used to it being that small.
I'd have to take her CPAP off.
CPAP off. It's like, don't put that in there. I can't breathe.
Yeah.
Oh, you're showing.
You should just fart in the seat after you're done with these nights. You think that's like the ultimate Dutch? It's like the ultimate Dutch oven.
Or attempted murder.
Man, my breath smells like shit this morning.
Dude, that's bad. Oh.
Man, I gotta wash this mask. It's smelling like real mildewy.
Smells like rotten eggs.
Mildewy.
Smells like blue cheese and barbecue chicken.
Gross. John's life says spine has left the chat. Yeah.
It's like sweaty ass and cabbage. Ugh.
All right. It's no bueno.
Yeah, I got another plug.
All right.
I saw you had Snowy North's picture up there on Instagram. He's having a 100 sub giveaway coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, I didn't.
Really?
I saw he did mention that in one of his chats.
Giving it away.
Get a chance to watch it.
He's doing 3. One is you get a hat. The next tier up, you get a hat and a T-shirt, and then number 1 prize is it's a cool Kershaw like auto pocket knife.
Cool. I have to check it out.
That's all I got.
George, you got anything?
Check me out. It's South Texas AR guy on Instagram, and thank you for the invite.
Absolutely, anytime. Buddy.
Always glad to be here.
Yeah, glad to have you, Mr. Monkey Guy.
Thank you.
I got nothing.
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 That's okay. There's not much to. What the fuck was that? I couldn't even understand it.
It says Brian 8 tagged me on Instagram, so I clicked on it and it started doing that.
I was like, what kind of music you listen to, dude?
I was thinking you got some weird ass Instagram notifications if it's playing that.
Yeah. So, Ape, why don't you take us out, buddy?
I suppose nobody else will take these people out.
The bar is set too high.
Mm-hmm.
No. Nobody else is dumb enough to try and fit you guys into a 55-gallon drum and roll you down the hill.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Waste a perfectly good 55-gallon drum. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, and Jonases of all ages, thank you for watching Midnight Range TM's The Closer. This concludes our regular program, but we'll be back next week, probably. Unless the Easter Bunny comes and murders us all in our sleep. You never know. Mm-hmm.
It could happen.
The Gun Channel's community Monday night programming at 5 p.m. Eastern. Give or take a couple of minutes to hours. It's Hasty Headline with Never Enough Ammo. News, commentary, and how the world is slowly, increasingly flowing down the tubes. 7 p.m. Eastern, it's the Polite Society podcast on Facebook. 8 p.m. Eastern, Clovertac might have something, even though it's not MOA Monday anymore. I need to update this list. Hawaii Volcano Squad is busy with his vertical pickle garden, so he may or may not be on that. At 9 p.m. Eastern, it's Never Enough Ammo, a.k.a. Mr. Matt's Guns and Geek podcast, The Week in Geek. I have no idea what they're going to be talking about, but
geeks stuff.
I know next Monday, not this coming Monday, with King Kong versus Godzilla, you bet they will be talking about that.
31st, that comes out in 2 days. We we watched Justice League, the Snyder cut.
Oh, I saw it.
4 hours
awesome.
in your weekend to do so?
It was really good. Yeah, we did.
It was awesome, man.
Yeah, it was really, really good. If I didn't see the other one, I didn't see the original one. And
yeah, there was some comedic parts that they took out, and they explained more on some things in this one than they did on the first one. So,
well, the first cut of Justice League was what, 2.5 hours?
Yeah,
something like that.
It was a lot shorter.
Yeah, so it better have more content if it's 4 hours versus 2.5.
I really enjoyed it. I will say this: if you haven't seen it, watch it if you can. Yeah, I thought it was really, really good. And I'm not a DC fan normally. I like Marvel stuff better. I think Marvel does an awesome job. This was right up there with the Marvel stuff as far as I'm concerned. I thought it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it.
Have you seen Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
No.
Oh, that's good, man. It's awesome, man.
It's okay.
It's well right now because it's starting. But I mean, the way it's shot and filmed, it looks like you're watching a movie, man. And when you like the episode's over, you're like, "Oh shit! Oh, I was watching a TV show," you know.
Yeah.
It wasn't like WandaVision, you know.
Yeah, with WandaVision too. I think that might be what Marvel's doing. They're just, hey, this is going to be like a 4-hour movie, but we're just going to bust it up into a couple-hour blocks.
The little parts, yeah. But they're good, man. They're doing a good job. But yeah, the Snyder cut of Justice League was awesome, man. That was great.
Yeah, I really, really thought it was good. And from some of the things that I heard that wasn't in the original, we'll call it the original. They made great. He made great choices by putting them in or doing them, like having Darkseid in it and stuff like that. I thought it was really good. I liked it a lot.
Well, originally it was supposed to be a two-parter or a trilogy, and when it just became one, it kind of just messed up things. So, like when Zack Snyder started to do his cut version, first it was going to be 3 hours, then it became 4 hours, and I was like, it may be like a mini series or something, So
yeah, they definitely could have turned it into 2 movies if they wanted to. I mean, there was definitely enough stuff going on. They could have added some more stuff to it. But no, I think it's cool. I thought it was really cool. I liked it a lot. So check it out.
And you should also check out GearWebsites.com for cool and unique two-way swag. That's GearWebsites.com. And remember, a hot dog is candy, a Slim Jim is a sandwich, and keep your fudge away from a place called Uranus.
Street fudge and what was the one today? Street fudge and
street squid.
Vending machine deviled eggs.
Yeah, floor squid.
Vending machine, floor squid, and deviled eggs.
Floor squid. Stay away from the floor squid, people.
Especially if it's moving.
That's no bueno.
And even if it's not moving.
Take it easy, guys. See you next time. Bye.
Peace.
Later, losers.
Oh, yeah.